and friends. It's about to go down, baby. Yeah. Round and around and around, yeah. When love goes around, it comes around, it comes around. Can't stop it. When love goes around, oh, it comes around. Here it goes. Yeah. DJ Toy, DJ Toy, friends, it's about to go down. Pull up a chair, the family's here. Voices are warm, the vibe is clear. Love, yeah. Love goes around. Ooh, DJ Torch and friends, it's about to go down. Yeah. It's about to go down. Yeah. Laughter and truth, a gentle sound. Hearts open wide when the love goes round. About to go down. Love goes around, it lifts, it flows.
I made a tweet, literally dated a black man.
Around and everybody knows. Love goes around from me to you. Love goes around, it always comes through. Yeah, yeah. Love goes around. We share, we laugh, we grow. Respect the space. Love goes around. Go That's our cue. It's not a party without you, without you, without you, without you. DJ Torch and friends, round and round and round it goes. Love goes around. Love goes around. Round and round and round it goes.
Good evening, everybody. This is DJ Torch on the 1 and 2 for you. I'd like to welcome you to another live stream with DJ Torch and Friends, part 2 of Wookies and Wayways, happening tonight. Hold on one moment while I bring up the tape.
White man, I beg you to take your country back. These black people and women are
Okay, let me pause right here. What we're starting off right now with is a clip, a twin clip, by the way, and I think you're going to like it. I'm just going to let it do its thing. Here we go. Here we go.
The woman that made this tweet literally dated a black man. She said, white man, I beg you to take your country back. These black people and women are torturing us. Girl, you can't be saying all this shit, but sleeping and dating a long-term relationship with a black man.
They're not godly women. There's
Wow.
godly women, right? They're just doing the godly things with someone else. You know what I mean? So I love Kevin Samuels. And really, I would say he was a mentor to me. I looked up to him. I think he was a genius. However, there's things that I guess when I started in this YouTube space, I kind of thought were true. And were not as true as I thought initially, right? So when I got in here, I would meet these women that just would talk about these crazy high dating standards. We just filmed paywall content for it with Anton Daniels. So
Let me pause it right there for a minute. Isn't it interesting that she's saying high dating standards when basically she preaches to other men about, you know, having a woman who's a 9 or a 10, right? Who will cook, clean, and will be submissive for men. That's about as delusional as you can get. And I'm not talking about rich men. I'm talking about just regular men that come to customers that come to their channel. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Today, we have a special guest on the show. We have Anton Daniels. He has been a longtime friend of the show, and he has a YouTube channel with over 587.
So here's Anton Daniels, which is very interesting to me because basically he tries to come off as a community guy, but basically, let's just put it this way. He's he would be in the house back in the slavery days, if you know what I mean. And basically either that or he is that animal with stripes.
7,000 subscribers, and the Millionaire Morning Show, which has 350,000 subscribers. Welcome to the show. Anton, are you there?
I am here. What's going on?
How are you? Welcome to the show.
Let me try this.
I'm doing incredible. I'm doing really well. Glad to see my homegirl Pearl again.
Yeah, it's good to reunite.
I want to show you Pearlie's reaction to Nick calling black men gross.
Nick, I wish I had nicer things to say. All I have to say is, black men, I love you.
Gross.
Look.
Do you hear that laugh?
You've been here since, I think I knew you when I was like at 100,000 subscribers, like pretty small, to be honest.
They're usually, let me tell you something about older black men before we get back to Lindsey Graham. Average older black men, not
which Anton is one of, believe it or not. He's almost 50. How old, how much is older has to be? You know what I mean? It's funny how these men who fit the demographic they diss, and somehow they just don't fit into that mold. But let's listen to them.
the younger ones, not the ones that have now started to become more educated.
It has now been confirmed that Celeste was pregnant and had an abortion, and we now have the text messages between her and David to prove it. I mean, this is crazy.
Average older black men, in most instances, are undereducated, can't spell correctly, can't read past a third grade level, usually have fathered multiple children with multiple women, and they need to really die off.
Let me pause that for a minute. I love fact checking, and I love fact checking idiots like Anton Daniels. And let me break it down like this. He's absolutely incorrect. The age group of the men who make the most children is like between 26 and 34. So that kind of like kills the older black men. Believe it or not, older black men, especially in their 60s, make the least amount of children. So the thing about this is what I'm saying this for is, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be entertained by Anton Daniels, by all means be entertained, because he, in a weird way, I guess you could find him entertaining. But if you're going to believe anything he says, then maybe you should either use Google more or take some meds. Here we go.
I want to show you Pearlie's reaction to Nick calling black men gross.
Nick, I wish I had nicer things to say. All I have to say is, black men, I love you.
Gross.
Look.
I mean, you've been here since, I think I knew you when I was like at 100,000 subscribers, like pretty small, to be honest.
They're usually, let me tell you something about older black men before we get back to Lindsey Graham. Average older black men, not the younger ones, not the ones that have now started to become more educated.
It has now been confirmed that Celeste was pregnant and had an abortion, and we now have the text messages between her and David to prove it. I mean, this is crazy.
Average older black men, in most instances, are undereducated, can't spell correctly, can't read past a third grade level, usually have fathered multiple children with multiple women, and they need to really die off, but they haven't yet, so they become a nuisance for the rest of us.
Anton Daniels' wife exposes his anger issues.
This is like being married to Anton Daniels. Oh,
tell us about it.
Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so
that doesn't
you have to
sound
be
good.
a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional,
Especially the boomers especially these Generation X, whatever these, anybody past millennials, in most instances, not all, but most of these guys are the devil.
I don't think that he has killed anybody before. I think he's capable of it. I've seen him angry before. He's just like a totally different person when he's angry. He blacks out.
Ooh, that's not good.
They demon childs. They bitter. They broken.
Is he talking
they
about
think
himself?
that everybody's supposed to listen to him.
He doesn't communicate effectively.
No, I'm not talking about that funky jazz either. She ain't nobody. I'm not talking about her, bro.
They think that just because they had to go to work every day that we supposed to listen to them. Most of them are bad fathers.
And she thought to ask Anton how his daughter is doing ever since she was plastered all over Corey Holcomb's show, the 5150 show, and as a result, all over the internet.
That sounds like a good father.
You were a millionaire, but you only had enough money for one child, sir.
Uh-oh.
You told on yourself. You told on yourself. You think you can hide this? Think you can hide out in the open like you were with your side chicks?
So let me hear a few of the multiple things that he said that was a flirt.
What people would consider if he's, saying.
Not people, what you considered as a flirt.
Let me ask you a question. If I had met you some time ago, you think we would be in a relationship? Why not?
Toxic.
Why not?
Yes.
Because I'm toxic?
Yeah, you're toxic.
Because I'm toxic.
Look, let me break it down like this. If Anton's so-called friends are calling him toxic, then what are we supposed to call him? Oh, yeah, no, he's not. She's telling him the truth. She's actually a true friend for telling him that. Because a lot of people go, oh, maybe I would go out with you. But no, she sees the same thing Anton's wife sees, a monster. How did Anton put it? A demon child? Anton really projects a lot. Let's keep it going. Here we go. Shout out to I Said What I Said.
You told on yourself, sir. You were dusting it up.
When I made the decision that I wanted to have a kid, and I said that I was only going to have one kid because I wanted to make sure that I poured every single resource that I could into the kid, right?
All right, sir.
Anton Daniels says he doesn't finance anything, but these documents tell a different story.
Most of them are bad fathers. In shambles, 100%. I'm in shambles. I'm in shambles. I am 100% in shambles. And they mad that most people don't respect them or listen to them because they don't really have nothing to show for themselves.
In 2019, he was ordered to pay $15,000 to Discover Card, $8,000 to American Express, and $3,900 to Ford Motor Credit Company. Two credit cards and one car note. For a man who does not finance anything, why does he owe these creditors money?
What happened, bro? What happened? What happened, Anton?
Just a theory, but I believe that red pill was created by older men that are extremely jealous of younger men. I used to live in Florida, okay, and I work in healthcare, and obviously in Florida I had a much larger demographic of older men specifically that I would take care of, and I did have a decent amount of younger men that I also would take care of. Without fail, every older man that I would take care of, they always wished to be younger. And every younger male that I took care of would always talk shit about older men that they knew. And this also goes into this discourse going around about how older males will groom younger males. Older males don't want to admit it. They're insecure about their age, okay? This is the reason why they have this projection of, oh, well, you know, older women, they lose all their value. And whenever they, you know, give other women their experiences, or they try to warn other women that are younger than them about what to expect from their dating experiences, or just with males in general, they're hating, they're jealous, their time is expired. Yeah, no, actually a lot of that is because that's how men view themselves. Like, they don't really say
Absolutely.
creepy young guy, right? The rhetoric about being creepy is, as a man gets older, he comes off more creepy. He makes people feel more and more uncomfortable. And you also have to think about like the pioneers of like the red pill movement, like Rollo Tomasi, Kevin Samuels. These are all older men. And I believe Rollo Tomasi, you know, is a lot older, but I really do believe that the red pill was created by older men as a
Yep.
grooming tactic against younger men, because the older men still want to have access to younger women, because statistically, no matter what is said on this fucking internet, the stats don't lie. Most men are marrying women within their same age demographic, okay? Most couples are partnered up with like within a maybe like 2 to 3 year age gap. This whole idea of like younger women want older men, it's a fallacy, okay? And even if there is truth to that, when they say that a younger woman wants an older man, okay, we're talking about maybe 2 to 3 years older. We ain't talking
Right.
about no goddamn 8 to 10 years older when women say that they want an older man.
Shoot, these dudes are trying to get are getting with women like literally double their age. Remember Kevin Samuels, he passed away with a woman who was literally half his age. So it just goes to show you that their system of success is not working very well. I mean, you know you're not doing well if you're in the ground. Let's just face it. You know you're not doing that well. And just let me get this. Okay. I just want to update us on some news, and then we're going to jump right into the Tate slash Barron slash, you know, Trump situation, because they are all connected. Tate, no, I should say this. Tate slash Epstein slash Barron slash Trump. Because the weird thing that a lot of people seem to be missing is this fact. For someone who is supposed to be a squeaky clean president, it is really weird the amount of drama, serious drama. I mean, like drama like would put a normal person in prison surrounding them. Shout out to Tevin. Tevin's in the house as well. I'm just going to talk for a little bit, y'all, and then I'm going to let you all come up and take over. But yeah, y'all, let me bring this up. Let me bring this next clip up. Where's it at? That's what I want. Let me make sure I have this right. That doesn't look like the way I want it to look. Hold on one second. Deontay in the house. Yep. Barry Trump is catching. He is catching hella strays. Yeah. Let me see if I can fix that. I might need to bring this over to my other screen. Give me 1 second, everybody. Glad to have you here on a nice Saturday night. I understand you could be somewhere else doing something else, but you chose to spend a little time with DJ Torch. Okay, there we go. I can fix it now. Give me 1 second here. Okay, I need to bring this one. Is that the one I want? No, I don't want that one. I want this one. No, I'm on the wrong side. This one. No, I'm on the wrong side. This one. That's the one I want. Okay. So let me get on with this. Here we go. Oh, wait. Let me bring this over here.
Morning, Miss North Carolina USA 2026 has lost her crown after alleged past comments reportedly resurfaced.
Yeah, a mega beauty queen lost her crown because of past comments. So,
ouch. That ain't good, y'all. That ain't good. But by the way, I got this clip from PBM, if Pretty Black Magic. So definitely check out her channel. But yeah, she broke this down perfectly. I might need that. Let me just play it.
what were those comments and how do I know she's mega? I'll spell it all out right after you help me out and hit subscribe to Really American Media right here on YouTube and over on Substack. Alrighty then, let's head to the Tar Heel State for the latest example of mega fafo, because this beauty queen effed around and just found out she's no longer a queen.
The Miss USA organization announced Miss North Carolina USA's reign has ended over recently surfaced information that violates the organization's standards. This is Brittany Bolton House of Duplin County. She was crowned Miss North Carolina USA in June. Last night, the chairman of Miss USA released this statement. It is several pages long, but it says in part, today, Brittany Bolton House's reign as Miss North Carolina USA 2026 came to an end. The decision was made together with her state directors and in consultation with the Miss USA organization.
Link dropped.
Okay, so Brittany is out, but I'm sure you noticed that they did not say why, which is odd. So let's dig a little deeper to see if any North Carolina news outlet has the balls to tell us.
Ablaze Productions, the company that oversees Miss USA pageants in several southern states, stripped Bolton House of her Miss North Carolina title after past social media posts resurfaced and drew public criticism. Wilmington resident Jeff Phillips is a longtime local and state pageant judge. He says the situation underscores the importance of contestants understanding that their public image, including their social media presence, can have lasting consequences.
Okay, so again, we know she made some comments on social media that drew criticism, and they could.
I like the way this guy picks it apart. This man picks it apart perfect. Steve, do your thing, man.
Have lasting consequences. Would anyone care to elaborate, or are we all just supposed to assume the worst thing that we can personally imagine?
The one thing I always tell the young women with whom I work is remember that your brand is you, and that you need to, at all costs, make sure that that brand is not tarnished. And that
I said what it says. Brit didn't read the rules, apparently.
that brand can stand up to public scrutiny.
Tom Broder.
By the way, y'all feel free to come up if you want to talk smack about this woman. I mean, hey, Fafo.
Chairman of Miss USA, in a statement posted to social media, he says, quote, I believe people can change. I have built my career on the conviction that young people are more than the worst thing they have done. Brittany has time to build that record and generally believe she will.
Okay, I feel like we're getting a little bit closer. This apparently could be considered the worst thing she's ever done. Maybe we should see a little more of that official statement from the Miss USA chairman to look for some more clues. Because apparently this is a big game to find out what is the worst thing she's ever done.
While not disclosing the specific post or post, the chairman and CEO of Miss USA said in a statement, quote, the Miss USA organization does not tolerate racism, homophobia, transphobia, or language that strips any person of their dignity. This is not a policy written for a press release. It is the floor of what it means to represent this brand.
Man.
Right. So they're not going to tell us, but they narrowed it down to racism, homophobia, transphobia, or language that strips a person of their dignity.
Right.
And spoiler alert, I know which one of those it is, and I'll tell you. But it actually seems worse to just say it could be any or all of those things.
Right.
And local viewers there in North Carolina aren't enjoying this game with comments on that video like, quote, what was her post? You call yourselves news, end quote, or I know, so freaking frustrating, end quote. Well, I can solve your frustrations because The Guardian, a news outlet in the United Kingdom, tracked down not one post, but several posts, including a certain word, a word that she apparently used frequently and freely, and some would consider to be the worst word. I will let John Mulaney explain.
Trouble. I wrote a
Oh, man.
Yes, and I'm guessing that's why nobody wanted to say it. But the now former Miss North Carolina had no problem saying it, although she used an online alias to do it. So apparently she knew it was a no-no as well.
Yeah.
But the internet figured it out, reported her to Miss USA, and now she is out. But before she made her way to the exit, Karma decided to kick her in the ass.
Oh, y'all are gonna love this. You are going to love the irony and the karma of this. Check this out.
And show her what irony is. And I absolutely love this part.
So, who will represent North Carolina now in Miss USA? It'll be the first runner-up in Miss North Carolina, Mila Hadley.
Yes, the former Miss North Carolina who got fired for using the N-word was replaced by the runner-up who just so happens to be African American.
Bars. And I mean, let me tell you, the beauty pageant is so happy that that she was the runner-up, because this kind of gets them off the hook. This gets them clearly off the hook. So I kind of found that hilarious. This guy's comedy, Steve's comedy is good. I like it.
Thus proving that irony can also be karma. And much like Brittany Bolton House, karma's a bitch.
Damn!
Now, earlier I mentioned that Brittany was MAGA. So how do I know that? Well, just yesterday I did a story right here for RA Media on how to tell if someone is MAGA, even if they don't say they are.
When they say, I ain't no racist, right before saying something racist. That's like when people say, I don't mean to be rude, but you know they're about to say something rude. And if you have to preface what you're about to say with, I ain't no racist, you're definitely about to say something racist. Morgan.
And he is absolutely correct. But let's go forward. If you want to see the rest of this video, you got to check out Steve Harness's Really American channel. And definitely subscribe. In fact, let me hit that like. Let me hit that. Let me just do that right now. Boom. There it is. There it is. Let me make sure I also drop the link just in case somebody wants to come up. Now, it's funny because there was some dude in my post talking smack about, you know, he wanted to come up and say some things because I was smoking Kevin Samuels for breakfast, and he didn't kind of like that, and you know, and he was cussing me out and everything. And I said, dude, I'm free on the weekends. I have yet to see him yet. All I got was crickets. Crickets. Anyway, let me get back to this. Let's remember, let me touch on this guy right here.
I speak the name of Jesus.
Oh. Well, then, in the name of Jesus Christ, amen to that. So, Jake Lang, right-wing mega provocateur, which I assume is French for terrible human. Well, he's at it again. He seems to be on a mission to prove that karma is a real thing.
As you can see, Jake is at it again. But this time, I'm just giving you a teaser on Jake, because I think I'm going to put Jake on the next Wookies and Wayway's live stream. So I want to save that one, if you don't mind. Let me kick this out.
In a development that will surprise no one, the guy who made an internet brand out of racist content, harassment, and intimidation of black people is facing attempted murder charges for shooting a black man. Dalton Etherly, known online as Chud the Builder, is a jerk-ass nuisance streamer so racist that white supremacist Nick Fuentes said he's overdoing it.
He screwed up.
Oh man, wait! I think somebody. Let me put the. Hey, Deontay, welcome to the stage here. I mean, if you have Nick Fuentes saying you're doing too much, you know you were doing too much.
Supremacist Nick Fuentes said he's overdoing it.
He screwed up royally, and now he is done.
And on May 9th, 2026, he was arrested for allegedly.
Now that's coming from one done guy to another.
throwing a temper tantrum at a restaurant and walking out on a $370 bill. Days later, he shot a man at a Tennessee courthouse, adding a few new charges to his long history of legal infractions.
Oh man, these dudes they can't stop. They don't stop.
Possession of a firearm with intent, reckless endangerment, aggravated assault, and attempted first-degree murder. He's now facing up to 60 years in prison. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office released a statement detailing the incident, stating that deputies detained 2 adult males involved in a physical altercation that escalated to gunfire. Both individuals sustained gunshot wounds during the incident. So both men were apparently shot, which was puzzling since only one man, Chud, appeared to have a weapon. So how did Chud get shot? Well, apparently he managed to shoot himself in the arm during this altercation.
Way to go, Chud!
Which may have been the universe dishing out a little poetic justice. For now, though, it looks like Chud is going to be hanging out in jail for a while, and he won't even get to complain about the injustice on social media.
Now, let me stop this because I want to show you the black male version of Chud as well. We gotta be fair here and show. If we're gonna show Wookies, we gotta show some Pookies. And Pookies, he is. Jay Prince for president. He is definitely the black male Chud, in my opinion. What do you think, Deontay?
I don't know much about. Is this Jay Prince
for president? Yeah, but well, he is banned, so you probably it's hard.
I didn't know.
It's really hard to to find out a lot about somebody when they've been banned, So yeah, he did get himself banned. And basically is he pops in as a guest on channels all over the internet in the red pill. Let's just say he really is the black Chud, in my opinion. All he does is talk foul about black people. If he starts on black women, but then when he gets really frustrated, he'll just go in on everybody else.
Is he worse than Jesse Lee?
He's trying to compete with Jesse. He's trying to compete with Jesse.
I think the reason that they haven't knocked him off yet is because he is not vulgar. If this guy is vulgar, I can see why they would do that.
Let me play a spin. Let me spin the play. Here we go.
Some men they mamas and them and grandmamas and them told them some bullshit when they was coming up, talking about not all men want some sex. You can find a good man, he ain't thinking about sex. Or a man will wait, a man that wait 90 days to 6 months really love you. Like, man, that's garbage fake.
First, I want to point out, look at his background here. Usually if you live in a messy house, it is a representation of your self. I mean, I'm not saying that goes for everybody because some people just like hoarding, but you could see that he is basically not living good. And it's funny how he dishes out all these insults and rude things to other people, even people who might have been his friends, but doesn't realize how poorly he's performing as a human being himself. For example, he did videos. I'm not saying this just to be, mean, but he actually did videos before he got banned on the CPS picking up his kids and not allowing him to see his kids. If you ask me, that's not the greatest thing in the world. And so you would think he would spend his banned time trying to be a better person and definitely a better father. Unfortunately, the type of mental stability this man has that he's shown and the type of ignorance he's shown, he still feels it's easier for him to just diss everybody else and not fix himself.
Hell, like you telling these men nothing but lies. Go taking Eve on all these fancy trips. They was fucking to be in their presence like they some motherfucking god. I'm the guy.
I hope I don't get banned, not banned, but I hope I don't get hit for this because this dude is swearing too much. You get the point. I'm going to stop playing this clip because you get the point.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If he's a vulgar person and he's already breaking all the YouTube guidelines, they definitely gonna kick him off. But if you try to keep it as PC and as polite racism and coondom as like Jesse Lee does, they'll let it fly.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, Jesse gets away with it because he doesn't go overboard. He knows the limit. He knows it's his gravy train, and he knows the limit. And plus, quite honestly, he did it for so long. We all know what to expect from him. I mean, we know what we know what his calling card is, you know. But I know one person that that's trying to compete with him. Can you guess who you think it is? With Jesse. Who do you think would compete with Jesse?
Well, besides Clantron, I mean, it's a lot of super coons out there. Your boy Tommy's, what's his name? I can't even pronounce his last name. Tom, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Shotty Mayo. Yeah.
Well, look, I'm gonna put my hat in the ring. I'm gonna put my hat in the ring right
Whenever
now.
you're ready, I would like to talk. Other parents.
Boom! We gotta have Tatum in the mix. We gotta have. I mean, we just have to. So let me get right into it. He did an interview with Nancy, and it didn't go well.
Authorities who appear to be trying to cover it up.
According to what they told me, they all took a lot of tech tests and passed. And it's an equivalent of a lot of tech tests.
And you know something is wrong when people like Nancy Grace are calling him out for his lies, misdirections, and misinformation.
But you're telling me the other boys did have snaps, photos, videos?
It wasn't that they uploaded this online. They showed me videos and things that they took from the boat. I rode out there on a boat, and I didn't have great reception there.
You said you didn't have great reception, but you did have reception, did you not?
No, there was reception there. It just wasn't great.
Let me refine my question. Answer is yes, you had reception on Horn Island.
Yes, I did have reception on Horn Island.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
Have the friends taken polygraphs?
Well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph. And from what was told to me that they all...
You hear the pausing between his words, you know that he's making it up. It's just... I don't know why he does it.
I don't even know why they even bring up polygraphs anymore. I know that like in the corporate world it means something, but legally you can't use it in court. So what does it matter if they took it and if they, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that don't mean nothing to me. And this super cool dude over here is like, yeah, he on some trash, man. It's my bad, DJ.
It's hey, look, it's got to come. I mean, it's the way you feel. It's the way you you're just telling us how you feel about him, and what you're saying is absolutely accurate. So, I try to use different words like that animal that has stripes on it, but it doesn't have the same. It doesn't hit the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. And all of the ones that took a polygraph took one without a lawyer.
It is super duper weird that Tatum has become the default spokesperson for the white teens who more than likely has something to do with Nolan Wells' death. At no point has he said anything good about Nolan Wells. Has he tried to look at this situation objectively? He just defaulted to the side of the white people who have been trying to cover up this death since day one. It lets you know a lot about how this man sees himself.
And they cooperated with law enforcement. So from my understanding, everybody took a
Why do you say
polygraph
that's
test
from what
one.
you understand? Did they tell you they took a poly and passed?
Yes, ma'am. They told me that they did it. I wasn't there. So that's what I'm saying from my understanding. They told me that all the boys except one, which is Warren, I believe, took a polygraph test. All of them did not have lawyers and did
Watch this. I have to give Nancy her flowers. Deontay, watch how she picks them apart. Watch.
And cooperated with police. Warren also cooperated police. I just believe he didn't take a lie detector test, but Warren is the young man that I interviewed. So
at no point when he's talking and making statements online, making tweets, is he saying, yeah, I heard through the grapevine, which is basically what's happening. He's just hearing stuff and then reporting it out as facts to everybody else. So of course his racist right-wing audience that doesn't like black people anyway and want to demonize Nolan Wells for his own death are going to take everything he's saying and run with it like it's facts, but it's not. It's hearsay.
According to what they told me, they all took a lie detector test and passed. And it's an equivalent of a lie detector test. It's not a traditional lie detector test, but it's the same theology of trying to get to.
Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go.
If a person is lying. I don't know the name of it. It's an equivalent of a lie detector test. It's a different methodology.
Yeah, what is the equivalent of a lie detector test? And on top of that, we know that polygraphs can't be used in court because they're not 100% accurate. But they didn't even take a polygraph.
Yeah, I don't believe it was a polygraph test. I believe they took other stressors.
Did he just say a little bit earlier that they took a polygraph test?
Yeah, he did multiple times. Yeah.
And now he's saying they didn't say, and didn't he just now say they didn't take a polygraph test? I mean, welcome to the stage, Tev. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good so far.
That's good. Let's try to keep it good. Here we go.
In order to analyze if
so then
people were
the
telling
answer
the truth or
to
not.
did they take a polygraph would be no.
Well, yeah, I think it could be semantics because they took a test to analyze whether or not they were being truthful in their statements.
Either they took a polygraph test or they didn't, which they...
Thank you. To in the house, I said what I said.
Hey, everybody, what's going on?
It's good to see you.
We doing good.
Yeah, I kind of took the summer off. I had to take a break from this mess.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I
And
don't
you got,
blame
yeah,
you.
you threw me right back in when I came on the show. When I came on the channel, I said, okay.
Yeah, I have to admit, I did get some clips together. I said, I know this is gonna tempt. I said to come up. She's gonna want to talk about this.
Yeah, well, I've been on vacation with the grandbaby, so.
Oh, I bet that was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was fun, but it was a lot of work also.
I
Torch, how long did you hear about the 13? Wait a minute, I think we talked about the 13-year-old girl that got caught with the 20-year-old. I believe we did talk about that. If not, I'm having trouble remembering it.
I'll look into it.
And they blaming the little 13-year-old saying she fast and all that. They always do that when it's a young black girl being.
Yeah, when I have another, I think I will have another live stream about that subject. But right now, let's dig into Tatum. Here we go.
Did it?
And that certified test, they passed it. It just wasn't considered a traditional polygraph. I think it's a more advanced way of doing it.
Brandon Tatum. Hold on. In a nutshell, Joe Scott, there is a difference between a polygraph, which measures all sorts of body signals, your sweat, your breathing, your heart, your blood pressure, all sorts of things, and an audio verification test.
And that's the weird thing. See, the thing is this, Officer Tatum doesn't tell the truth because it is, he was an officer before, right? That's where we got Officer Tatum from. How does first he said they took a polygraph, then he said they didn't take a polygraph, and then he says they took some obscure tests pre-polygraph. He must know that he said if he was a suspect, that sounds a suspect.
exposes Officer Tatum for what he is, a liar and a grifter. And this is really a fair point. The script just gets more hilarious. Tatum literally is trying to attack the Black community through the Nolan Wells case. He's married to a white woman, yet is getting cross-examined and exposed by a white woman who is a former prosecutor. It's literally poetic justice. It is. All Officer Tatum said was, trust me, bro. However, Nancy Grace exposed him for the liar he is. I understand that this is personal to Nancy because she has been through a similar situation. I hope that when all this is said and done, Nolan Wells' family will also sue Tatum. I hope so.
The mom asked for no.
Yep. So what do y'all think?
I think Officer Tatum has a small personal part. I think it's some small things about him, and so
I wouldn't
that
say
makes
that
him.
about him. That's
That
all
makes
of
him.
these black men that get with marry white women and have sex with white women. They are most of them act just like Tatum.
Yeah, he give me small. He give me small energy, and
Small.
I'm saying it as nice as possible, but he's giving me small energy, and he doesn't like who he is, and he hasn't accepted the fact of who he is, and so now he so, and also too, it's a grift because anytime you're against our community, then you're gonna make money off of it. Most of them do.
Yeah, it even seems like Jay-Z's trying to dip into that, So
Tatum is on some blatant coonery. And here we got.
That's what I was trying to say.
Tatum is just like these other dudes. They in the race to be elected the head chair of the cool Illuminati. And Tatum right now is at the front hitting the willie. You know what I'm saying? Because he think he about to cross the finish line and get the crown. But when they get into these situations like this, it's really because they look at their own community, the Black community, and they just don't believe in it. They think that it's done, it's over with. It's just it's like those nuclear waste. They can't do nothing with it. They can't dump it in the ocean or put it in the thing, so they just bury it deep and it's just there. That's how he feels. All of them feel about us. So he has no shame publicly coming out and being against Black people. He the first one to tell you, this ain't not. It's not about race. You literally put yourself in a situation where you are up here defending these people and talking shit about the mother and father of the dude who died, and they don't even know how he did it.
It tells me, you know what it tells me? It tells me he has bad cop energy too. I bet he was a horrible officer, and I believe that's why he's not on the force right now. I truly believe what happened is he took his ideology that you see now to the streets. And I bet they covered it up and told him, look, you can step on because, we wanted you to be a house Negro, but you're trying too hard. We got to fire you, bro. You know what I mean? And that's why it's like, there's nothing you can tell this man that will change his thought pattern or what he's trying to do. He's that broken. He's Toby from, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Toby and Chud is taking it too far, because even though we have, people that have their same ideology, they try to have some couth about it, and they try to keep it undercover. They don't want it all out, just blatant, in public, because these people got businesses that they depend on these, people that they don't like, to patronize them, and they got lives, and so it's a certain way that you do what you do when you do it. And so apparently, they didn't get the memo, or they didn't read the book, or they haven't gotten it yet. You don't just do it blatant and all in your face. And all of these other people, that's just blatantly spreading racism and acting it out and putting it all online and just being all up in people's face. They don't understand that that's not gonna fly with the average racist person, because most racist people try to keep it undercover as
True.
much as possible because they don't want you to know that they're racist. That's why the Ku Klux Klan and even the people that march today, that's why they put those those
Those
masks on
hoods
their
on. Yeah.
face. They
Masks
don't
or
want you to,
hoods. Yeah.
yeah, they don't want you to know who they are because they're gonna assimilate back in the public.
Yep. Yep. Very true. So let me go on to this next clip. This is a little solemn clip that I picked up, but we got to go over it. Here we go. In the Iraq War. I mean, I'm sorry, not the Iraq War. The war in Iran. And it's very, very sad to me. But as you can see, it's important to see the impact it has on the United States of America. And to me, it's the most disgusting reason why we're there in the first place. And let me play that right now. Let's get right into it.
Newly released documents that were missing from the Epstein files contain serious unverified allegations against President Trump. The Justice Department posted 3 FBI memos.
By the way, this is not recent. This came out right before the 2-week war. This is 5 months old. This video. I just want to make sure you see
got
that.
one thing to say. They always talk about holding black women and women accountable. I still am waiting for them to hold Donald Trump and Kevin Samuels and Tommy Sotomayor accountable.
Bars.
Memos describing interviews with a woman who accuses both Jeffrey Epstein and President Trump of sexually assaulting her when she was a teenager. The White House calls the accusations completely baseless. CNN's Paula Reed is
the problem is that he's stacking up all these baseless claims. I mean, you know how much they hated former President Barack Obama, and they still ain't found nothing. They still ain't found nothing on him. You see what I'm saying? So it's to a point. It's to a point where it's like, come on, we could cut his witnesses down in half. And then that's still way too many witnesses to be saying that it's not true or baseless.
Washington with the latest. And Paula, these were missing from earlier file releases, right?
Of course.
That's right. And this individual was interviewed by the FBI 4 times. And initially, only one memo was released in that initial batch of documents released by the Justice Department. And that was an interview where she made allegations against Jeffrey Epstein, but not against President Trump. Now, yesterday, these additional summaries were released, and they detail the types of allegations that she made against President Trump, where she describes being introduced to him. She alleges that he asked everyone to leave the room and, quote, mentioned something to the effect of, quote, let's teach you how little girls are supposed to be, and then describes an encounter where he pushes her head down to his penis and then told agents she bit Trump, who then allegedly struck her and said something like, get this little expletive the hell out of here. Now, in her third interview.
Sounds like presidential material to me. And
yeah, I read that file.
That's where, but this is why we're at war. This is it, in my opinion.
And we all know why Donald Trump won too, because they didn't want Kamala as our president.
Well, it's not only that, but see,
he's trying to deflect.
And she a woman of color, that's why.
And even like when it's just getting more dangerous and more dangerous. I don't know what's going to happen when we have this election in November, because apparently in the polls, all the Republicans are down and the Democrats, are ahead. And so he's doing everything he can now to try to, stop the vote or.
About time them other people realizing that the Republicans is fucking the country up.
Mm-hmm. But he's doing everything he can to try to sabotage the election. So I feel like he'll do something. He started a war. Who knows what he's gonna do with this war when it's time for? I guarantee you, we'll probably have some type of attacks. You know what I mean?
Right.
A big barrage of missile attacks or whatever he can come up with. As if he can, restock the stuff,
Right.
because we ain't got nothing to fight with. But if he can get a restock.
It's sad we're laughing about it, but it's just.
But if they can restock their ammunition,
You got some sticks,
yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's the essence of it all. Is basically right now, there's no way he is going to look like he won this war, because part of winning, there's the thing of winning is you got to come out of it with more than than your expenses, if you know what I mean. For example, you can nuke Iran all you want, but if by the end of the day they still got that little strait in control, you ain't done nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the needle haven't moved at all since day one, and you change, every day, it's a deal. They want a deal, but Iran is telling us they don't want no deal.
Oh, they do want a deal, but they'll deal with Obama, but they just won't deal with him.
Exactly.
They made that clear. It's like, so basically that's the sad thing is that, see, to me, in my opinion, allegedly, in my opinion, I'm making sure this is clear. I think Trump's narcissism is so bad that he does not care about sending soldiers out to die for his cover, for his personal cover, not to cover United States espionage stuff or whatever, not any kind of like Jason Bourne type shit. No, he's trying to cover himself from what was going on in the Epstein files, and it's worked great because the media hardly talks about the Epstein files anymore. They always, at least it's shifted. It worked for the way he thinks. It worked perfectly. Basically, I would say 85% of the time, when they're referring to Trump, it has to do with the war and not the Epstein files. They sprinkle the Epstein files in here and there every once in a while, but that was the toast of the town back then. And it's funny because everybody wanted the files to come out, but all of a sudden he doesn't want the files to come out. I mean, you got to understand, it's like if somebody who he ran on No Wars and bring out the Epstein files, and he's not, and at least on those two, he's 0 for 2. Oh, a better economy, so that makes 0 for 3.
I think go ahead, please add the economy, because that's what's mostly on everybody's mind right now.
No, break it down to let us know, because I know one thing: this extra gas price
is shit.
It's killing me.
Now. It's not better; it's shit right now.
Yeah, the economy is down. Everything is down, and I just watched the news yesterday, and he was negative 23,000 jobs. So we didn't add no jobs. We just lost 23,000 and zero added to the job force.
And that's probably why I'm still stuck in retail right now.
Yeah, and so you're deporting all your workers. You're laying off all the other workers. You're deporting all nationalities.
Right.
And And then you're moving all the factories to China because Ohio is kind of upset about their plants closing up, manufacturing plants, because everything is going to China. That he say that China was the main enemy, but and anybody that goes with China going to get a tariff, right?
Oh, I know his angle. His angle is he's like, oh, we can't stand China. Let's send all our work over there so they have to work harder.
The thing is, though, work production is what makes your nation great. That's why China is where they are, and that's why we were where we were, and we're not no more. Like, what's crazy? I said what I said, what you were just saying about all of that. Like, Trump talks so much shit about how he rebuilt the military, and it's more powerful than ever. And you go to war with little old Iran for 4 months, and now you deplete it. How?
Right.
And then,
so much for that.
We down. We only got 40% of the oil reserves left, the Federal Reserves of oil, which is terrible because if that runs out, and then we got to wait for these shipments to come over here, it'll be to the point where distribution will be slowed down by weeks. I'm talking about like the stuff that you used to seeing every single day, no matter what, at the grocery store, is not going to be there. It's going to be weeks in between seeing it.
Exactly.
Especially when you live in bigger cities, and not just the grocery store too. It's going to be like that with gas. I mean, with everything. And this is something that's really happening.
Well, and don't forget, let's not forget all the bacterial diseases that are out there. Like, you trying to take us out? What are you doing?
Oh my goodness! Hey, hold on.
What are you doing? It seemed like to me on the outside looking in, and allegedly look like you trying to take as many people out as possible, in my opinion.
Did you see
did y'all hear about the lettuce recall?
So I'm talking about, did you see what happened with Anthony Fauci when he had to go to Congress? And he basically wrote a diary. And why the hell he kept all of this on the government servers? He would keep all this private information and thought that if he deleted it, it would be gone. It was there. But anyway, so they knew about this whole coronavirus for over a decade. They had been working on it. They had been trying to make it so that it would turn into a virus that could attach to humans so they could study it. And they do this all the time. And they were saying, like, okay, we should stop doing that. We should stop trying to create viruses so we can study them in case they become a pandemic naturally. Because
that's how they created House in Virginia. Because remember that was through the
that's how the coronavirus started. Because I didn't actually see it. I didn't watch any other trial. I really did decompress from the news.
He made Mark Furman look like, man, this dude pled the fifth again in Congress over 40 times when they were asking him questions. And the Republican dude, Howley, where's Howley from? Not Kentucky. Missouri, I think. Josh Howley. He was.
Yeah, from Missouri. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he learned that from his president, because that's what his president did when he went to trial, when he went in there and did a deposition. So I'm not mad at Fauci for that.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that this goes back to remember, Biden pardoned Fauci all the way back to 2014 before he got out of office. So he gave him a whole pardon from all of that because they knew eventually all of this stuff was going to come out. It's just, and that's why, like, a lot of this stuff with various things is going, like, we at war with Iran. This is a personal thing with Trump because he's being controlled by the Zionists because he let Epstein run these girls. So I ain't gonna say let him have. He wanted to do this. It's gross. But every president, not every single one, but most of them got their own dirt that's going on, and they use the government and the military for whatever their reasons are. But a lot of this stuff, like the jobs that we lose and stuff like that, it don't matter who the president is. These corporations is moving people out for AI and all this other automated stuff. So it's really the corporations and the president, of course, that we need to be tripping about it. Like not just who's sitting in the chair, but everybody who's running the whole thing.
Well, let me just say this. It sounds like what you said, whatever's supposed to be secret or what has been secret in the past is kind of coming out, and that's why these Republicans are so pissed, because it sounds like a mistake was made and they want him to own up to it, and he's not going to own up to it because, like you said, it's protocol. It's what they've been doing for decades, and that's how they study bacteria. That's how they study diseases, point blank, period. You know.
Yeah, I don't.
We do remember the Tuskegee airmen, right?
Yeah, exactly. With the
Yeah. And see that probably leaked out too. So it sounds like to me, Trump can't hold water. So and the Republicans can't either. It's like they want to try to leak out little, specialized secrets allegedly. Seems like they're leaking out some things they shouldn't be leaking out to try to ostracize Dr. Fauci when the man was really just trying to find a cure.
Oh no, it's Fauci. Well, okay, I'll say this about Fauci. They are just using him as the scapegoat now. Even the people that wanted him to do what he was doing, they're just using him as a scapegoat. This is how European in America works. Europe and America, they do something terrible. It's usually a group of them that do it. It could be dozens of them, hundreds, thousands of them, but they usually find one person to pin everything on. Like this dude was the guy, and they might add a couple of his little cronies with him to make it look whatever. But this is what they doing to Fauci. But they created this on purpose. Now they didn't want it to get worldwide. I don't know nothing about. I don't know if that was real. I'm not going into conspiracies. But this stuff isn't just being leaked like they're trying to hide it. Anything that the government does, they have to basically put it out publicly. Even classified stuff they have to put out, but they get to put a marker on it. Like, okay, this is classified, so we'll release it in 80 years. Like they'll release it when the generations that's living during that time ain't even gonna be here to care about it. So we'll let them know what happened then. But at least right now, kind of like how they doing with what's the guy's name? JFK and MLK, how they slowly release every decade more and more files until eventually you find out. Yeah. So that's what it is. But most of this stuff is public. You can find it, but people just don't look for it. But when this came out, they were waiting on all this shit to come out because that pandemic was serious. It changed a lot of stuff, even to this day.
All right, let me play this next clip. Here we go, y'all.
Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan, as everybody knows, are currently behind bars. The Manosphere influencers are facing extradition to the United Kingdom, which recently slapped them with an additional 36 counts, including things like trafficking, sexual assault, and all sorts of very horrific and heinous crimes.
Welcome to Wookies and Ways, featuring the Tate brothers, part 2.
Allegedly, obviously. But through their lawyer, the Tate boys have issued what could only be seen as a threat to Donald Trump and Republicans, saying, if you do not help us out, if you do not get these boys out of jail, then you will never win another election again. Here is what the lawyer said. Andrew Tate was a material...
Isn't he not supposed to be running anymore after this? Isn't there some law? Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Participant in ensuring President Trump's victory. And if Trump doesn't support him, and if the next people who are going to be running...
This is the issue I have. So this person, I'm just going to say person, who wanted to win so bad, literally hired traffickers, pimps, whatever you want to call them these days, to convince customers. I guess you can say customers is like tricks to, to influence young men. So let me keep it let me keep it real. So Trump basically hired pimps to win the election. That's what the pimps are saying. But somehow this all doesn't, that's, I don't know about you, but that just seems weird. Tevin, you back? Okay, so everybody's, oh, what happened? Okay. Let me drop the link for I Say What I Said, just in case. Did you get bumped off, Tev?
No, I got bumped off, but
Oh, okay.
But you let me back up.
Okay. So does anybody see this pattern? First, Trump was around. Let's put it this way. There's enough evidence to say that Trump was around pimp number one, which is Epstein, right? And he was around, and his wife was around pimp number one. And he's around with his son, pimp number two, which is, the Tate brothers. When will people start connecting the dots that we have the pimp's president in office right now? The trafficker's president. I mean, isn't there a saying that, fool me once, whatever, and fool me twice? That's the issue. So we have two seriously, everybody. Okay, so Epstein, we know, was a pimp. They said by fact he was a pimp. He was convicted for being a pimp. The Tate brothers are basically one extradition away from being convicted as pimps. So, and Trump was friends or is friends with both of them. When does it get to the point where we say maybe, just maybe, we had the wrong guy in office?
Like Beyonce say, it's gonna be 50 years before they all put it all together, before they connect the dots. Because you got to understand, MAGA is in a cult right now. Because remember, they wanted the files out too, but then when he was implicated in the files, they changed their mind. They decided that a lot of them decided that the files wasn't that important, but a lot of them still want to see what's going on too.
They split. Yeah, they it's in Bitcoin. It's called the halvening. Anyway, they split in half. So they became, Nick Fuentes is a part of the other group. It's called America First, which is also a Trump line. So they just took another Trump line and they created another group from all the people in MAGA who wasn't down for all of this weird stuff that Trump is doing, including trying to hide the Epstein files. It's because both sides are in it. That's the thing. It's not, Trump just has the power as the president right now to do whatever he can to try to keep it from coming out and keeping people's attention away from it. But if Bill Clinton was the president during this time, he'd have been doing the same type of thing, trying to keep that shit from coming out. But I don't think that Clinton's was as bad as Trump's was, man, because Trump is Clinton didn't deny knowing and being cool with Epstein. He said it was probably a mistake, but Trump is acting like he wasn't cool with him at all. They just happened to meet at a couple of parties. I'm like, dude, it's clear y'all was kicking it with each other, man.
Right.
Right. Yeah, he definitely got some dirt up in them files.
But he also know whatever he say that's what's gonna go, and that's what they're gonna believe. Because he's the head of the cult. So.
You're absolutely right about that whole situation. That's how what was his name, Nature Boy, was able to survive for so long. It's because no matter how weird or how off things were, they would just believe it anyway, even though he was saying or doing the unbelievable. So, great point. Very good point. Let me see where we are. Wait, where did that go? Okay, here we go.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So I have a quick update for you guys on Andrew and Tristan Tate. If you guys don't know who these fools are, basically they are just scum of the earth. They have been accused of all kinds of crimes against women, and they have gotten off the hook over and over and over again. Andrew Tate had become kind of like an influencer. He used to be a fighter, professional fighter, and then he became like this influencer, very MAGA coded. And then it started coming out that, oh yeah, by the way, he's like holding women against their will, forcing them to make videos that they don't want to make, violating them, blah, 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 trafficking them. So these are the accusations against he and his brother. Well, they came to the United States, down in Florida. They were down in Florida. And to his credit, Ron DeSantis said, hey, if you're in my state, I'm going to arrest you, because there were charges against him in another country. Well, for some reason, our country hasn't brought charges against him. But anyway, or either of them. So they left the country, and then apparently they came back at some point. Donald Trump got involved somehow. His son Barron is a big supporter, big fan of Andrew Tate, which tells you everything you need to know about Barron Trump. I mean, like father, like son, right? So anyway, they somehow ended up back in Florida, and they were just arrested. They were arrested mid-July. And they're being held currently in a Florida jail. They're awaiting extradition to the UK, because in the UK, they have like 59 charges filed against them.
Now, 59 charges. That'll put like 50 people in jail.
All these things involving women. So, there was all this question, is Donald Trump going to intervene? Is he not? Blah, blah, blah. He said he wouldn't. But again, they're friends with Barron Trump, so you never know. And of course, Donald Trump is a habitual liar. So anyway, it appeared that Donald Trump wasn't going to do anything. So far, he hasn't. It's been a few weeks. Well, Andrew Tate's attorney just issued a warning to Donald Trump and the Republican Party in a Vanity Fair interview. The fact that these guys are still being interviewed when they're, facing these kinds of charges and they're in prison or jail, just disgusting. So here's an article that the Daily Beast wrote on this. So here's part of what their attorney said, which is laughable. He said, Andrew Tate was a material participant in ensuring President Trump's victory. Was he? If Trump doesn't support him, and if the next people who are going to be running for office potentially are just like, yeah, down the river he goes, that young cohort of people will break with the Republican Party in the next election.
Doesn't that tell you? I mean, isn't that a bad look? I mean, that's basically saying that they need criminals to win the election. The criminals are saying that. The criminals are saying that they're saying you need us to win the election. And we go further.
Finally, Democrats in Congress are making a move to investigate Andrew and Tristan Tate's connections to the Trump family and Trump administration. Texts from Andrew Tate revealed that a Trump admin official directly intervened on the Tate brothers' behalf in early 2025 to stall the sex trafficking investigation. Quote, I had word from the Trump admin that they're on top of things, wrote Andrew Tate via text. Tate's former lawyer, Paul Ingrassia, is now a Trump admin official and is the one who requested the Tate brothers' devices be returned to them.
I'm very close to the Trump family. I know them well, and I spoke to Barron.
President Trump or the administration, do they have any plans to intervene in the extradition process for the Tate brothers?
No.
The reality is they already intervened in the process a year ago, and it got so bad that the United Kingdom still went forward with the charges because they should have. Democratic Representative Yasemin Ansari wrote a letter to the Oversight Committee on Accountability, and she said this: most egregiously, investigative reports have detailed direct, extensive communications between Andrew Tate and Barron Trump. The committee must investigate whether back-channel communications between the Tate brothers, presidential advisors, and members of the first family, such as Barron Trump, influenced official actions or administration policy regarding criminal prosecution in the investigation of the brothers. I further request that the committee immediately issue subpoenas for the following people and documents. One,
I'm going to pause it right there. For the rest of this, you got to go to Adam Mockler's channel. But basically, yeah, that sums it up. Now, here's the funny part: is I found a connection between the Tates and Black Red Pill. But one more Tate video, and then we'll get into the Black Red Pill part.
Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can like scoot it out the way. I'm still.
He don't even know what he's talking about. He totally got lost in it. He's like, where am I going? We talked about the whole manosphere thing last week, and now you're seeing that it's just a lot of dudes who are trying to be man. And the more manly, I'm telling y'all, man, the more manly you try to come across, the more insecure as a man you are. Because he did now the what's his name, Pete Hedgehog or whatever. He's out there he's trying to like actually push dudes to like
you're over 30. Yeah, if they want to do testosterone scores for people in the army. If you're under like whatever the appropriate level is, these are going to give you G1 LP or whatever it may be. But it's the dumbest thing that like it's one thing for I'm a 16-year-old idiot and I'm listening to Andrew Tate. It's another thing for a government official to be exposing this kind of shit. And then even
you need some T levels.
Even the women are going to be not drug tested, testosterone tested for this.
Yeah, but they were worried about the T levels and testosterone and hormones and trans people. I'm trying to get them out. Now they're trying to like cram people full of testosterone and hormones in the man's army.
He's got some kind of fantasy in his head of an army built of all Steve Rogerses.
Yeah. And it's weird, y'all, because this whole thing is the reason why this is strange and is wrong is because they're not telling you to take accountability as a man. Because a real man takes accountability. When I say accountability, I ain't even talking about you did something wrong. I'm just saying that if you feel like you are not at a certain level of masculinity or you don't feel like you're getting enough respect as a man or whatever, but you do things to improve yourself, but you don't disrespect other people or try to make yourself feel more powerful than other people. Because that's what this whole thing.
Well said. Very well said.
What masculinity is right now. Being a man means just pretty much being kind of a bully. It means everybody should know their place and be under me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's definitely a certain level of not even a certain level. There's nothing but misogyny and sexism in that. And like I said, don't y'all think I'm on some goddamn women's lib shit because I'm not. I told you, I'm not a feminist. I don't even think the word means anything. I think that people should just be treated fairly. You don't need.
Which means you're a feminist. If you want women to be treated fairly, that's being a feminist. He doesn't know it, but I understand. Let me go. What do you
exactly?
I'm trying to find the part where they were talking about. I thought they were going to talk about his sexuality. Maybe it's right here. Because they're thinking he's gay.
Over things I've said or things I believe in.
Well, actually, technically down low. I've defined that just because a down low guy should be defined differently than a gay guy. The reason why is that a gay man who admits being gay, at least he admits being gay. A down low dude, that just means a guy who really hasn't he hasn't found peace with the way he is. And basically they are usually the ones that be the most vulgar against openly gay men. They're the ones who be calling gay men evegs, the bag of sticks and all that kind of stuff, and be rude, but secretly they do that because it's kind of like being the Uncle Tom of gayness, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. But let's see if this is part right here where Tate admits being a little bit on the fruity side.
Test that out. Question it. Yeah. No, it's you really do. Your true friends will sit around and tell you, shut the f up. Yeah. That's crazy. You don't sit back and let them keep doing this.
You're gonna fuck Hulk Hogan. Okay, there's a pussy, but he's got mustache and muscles and shit. He's all hairy, big dude, 6'5". It's pretty gay to me. That sounds pretty gay. I don't care if it's a pussy. That is gay. Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can like scoot it.
What?
Out the way. I'm still.
He don't even know what he's talking about.
What the hell? Did you hear what he did? I don't know about you, but maybe Tate was doing that for shock value. I'm being very nice, but
that's crazy. You don't sit back and let them. What you said. I think it's always a good idea when I have quiet moments to go back over things I've said or things I believe in and test that out. Question it. Yeah. No, it's you really do. Your true friends will sit around and tell you, shut the f up. Yeah. That's crazy. You don't sit back and let them keep doing this.
You're gonna fuck Hulk Hogan. Okay, there's a pussy, but he's got mustache and muscles and shit. He's all hairy, big dude, 6'5". It's pretty gay to me. That sounds pretty gay. I don't care if it's a pussy. That is gay. Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can like scoot it out the way. I'm still.
He don't even know what he's talking about. He's only got lost in there. He's like, where am I?
Yeah, that's what happens when you have thousands of hours of video just out there for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you get comfortable, and eventually you just start saying shit like that. You do a live one night. It's only a few people in there with you, and you just talking shit. And then years later, somebody bring that up. That's why the internet is undefeated, because everything is cataloged. And once you find it, it's right there. So I mean, and see, that sounds like some middle school nonsense. Like when I was in middle school, we used to go around saying dumb stuff to people like, "Would you let Bill Gates hit you in your backside for all of his money?" And just to see what people's answer would be. And then every once in a while, somebody would be like, "Well, how much is he worth?" And at the time, he was like 30 billion. It's like, hell yeah, dude, I'll let him do that. Then I'll buy me a new butthole and then pay somebody to kill him. Like, what? So, but so I understand that's like some teenage boy nonsense. Like, if Hulk Hogan had a pussy, would you have sex with him? No, but I bet you had sex with Megan Fox if she had a penis. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yeah. Like, so that's that. I mean, I'm not condoning it, and I don't agree with it. I'm saying, you don't want to get caught saying no shit like that, man. Like, because there ain't no context for that for real. It just sounds bad.
So anyway, let me make the connection to Black Red Pill right now.
What up, guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel, and welcome to the pregame.
So guess who, Pearl brings to the party? She brings a trafficker. So Just Pearly Things
What
so
up, guys?
far.
Welcome to the
Just Pearly Things so far is besties with a white nationalist and besties with a known trafficker, a known alleged trafficker. I'll be nice. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like a good resume to me, if you ask me. So let me
Just
please.
Pearly Things YouTube channel, and welcome to the pregame. Before I start, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. That way you're going to be notified of my daily videos. Like the video on your way in. We have a special panel tonight. But before we get to that, a couple announcements before we start the show. The first is that we have 2 clips channels, Just Pearly Clips and
I don't believe in no elephants in the room.
So let me go. Let me just get right into it. Let's see where. So there's Andrew Tate.
Be nice. Come on, I wasn't rude.
Andrew Tate, 36 years old. I cannot disclose personal information because, of course, my enemies are after me. But yeah, I'm here to educate, as I always am. Perhaps somebody will say something remotely insightful, but at least I get a clementine if not. So I'm chilling with my orange.
And it's your girl Esther, the Nigerian queen. I'm here to entertain, to disagree with somebody in here.
Oh, Auntie, she's
But
looking at
really,
you.
really, I am looking at somebody.
It's our favorite duo. It's our favorite duo.
But no, for real though, I'm just here to have a good time. Just get some vibes. And in terms of my relationship status, I am single, doing interviews. I'm not just going for anybody. But yeah, that's how it is.
Auntie Jenny here, 54. I'm here to cut out the bullshit. Simple.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Thank you guys.
Bet
all
you
for-
do.
Yeah, well, you have to cut the bullshit. That's the problem with the world today. It's too much bullshit.
And they're not direct. If they've got something to say to you, just say it.
Why are you
Too much BS, and he's the one going to prison. Okay, that's great.
I don't really care. If you've got something to say, just say it. Don't beat around the bush. Just say it.
So
If I've
basically,
got
I'll
something
say
to
it. I
already got my
just say
teammate.
it. Just say it.
Hey, Auntie, I beg, give the girl a chance to speak now and relax.
What girl?
Hey,
what have I said?
This one.
What have I said?
I'm addressing the
What
elephant in
have
the
I
room,
said?
innit?
Listen, I don't believe in no elephants in the
get
room.
yourself
If
up,
there's something to say, just say it. Don't beat around the bush. If you got something to say to me, I am here.
Now, don't you find it interesting that Auntie is very, very masculine presenting, yet since she's on the manosphere side, they don't give her any smoke for it? I mean, that's interesting to me.
To my face, there should be no elephant in the room because this ain't no zoo. You understand? So if you got something to say, just say it. We're all big. No, I'm just saying, we're just all big people here. So if I want to say
Okay,
something
we get it. We get it. Dang.
to you, I'm going to say something to you straight like I normally do.
Yes.
If I got something to say to Esther, I'm going to tell Esther. Whether she likes it or not, I don't really care. Andrew Tate, my son's older than him, so I don't give a damn who he is. I'm going to just say what I got to say. So whoever don't like it, that's tough. Don't come.
You
shouldn't
missed
be
out,
here.
Brittany. I feel picked on.
Okay, so
and Brittany too, right? Even Pearl too. Feel better now.
Yeah, Auntie gave me Auntie was yelling at me in wife school the other day. So she doesn't give a shit. Okay, so my first question is, what is the number one problem facing men today, and what is the number one problem facing women today?
I can say something.
Come on, ladies.
Everybody's
I'm
got
here to educate me.
The number one problem.
Answer all the questions. Come on, tell
The
me.
number one problem with men is that they don't tell women the truth, and the number one problem with women is that they can't handle the truth. Simple.
That's a good paradigm to start from, because it's actually very interesting you say that. A lot of women say, I just want a man who's honest. And then the second you're honest, she's like, what? You did
Exactly.
what? It's like, well, then don't ask me for honesty. Of course I fucking lie.
Thank you.
So that's a good point. I agree with that one. I don't think it's the biggest problem, but it certainly is a problem in relationships today. That is a problem. The biggest problem with men today is that I think the world is becoming...
So a trafficker is giving relationship advice to young men.
Yeah, it got bad. DJ over in Europe, and especially in England, this was like a national problem that they were having. This was like the government, obviously, as you can see, they extradited them. The federal government, or the Queen's government, right? They were after Andrew and shutting him down. He's banned from everything over there because the youth over there, the young men between 15 and 30 years old, they did not have any type of masculine men or anything like that. Europe is, you think we were bad when we were going through that whole super left wing thing or whatever? They were like 100 times that over there. And the boys were starving for some kind of like anything masculine. And unfortunately, they didn't get a good role model. They got this guy. They got this guy. Yeah, I mean, these kids were in schools talking crazy to the girls. The way that I mean, they were Andrew Tate by himself did to the youth boys, the youth males in England, what rap and hip hop culture did to all of us over here. That's how. Yeah, that's why they after him so hard, because they want to make a huge example out of him. Like, this is not what we're going for over
Right.
here.
This is what we're going to do. We will shut you down hard like this. Yeah.
Well, it kind of sounds like not that he's speaking great things like Malcolm X was doing, but they wanted to shut him down too, because remember, he was too powerful. And so I guess that just don't happen in America. It happened in other countries, according to what Dante is saying. But I got a question though. I know in America the divorces are high, but in the European countries, divorce is not that high. The statistics is not as high as America. So why aren't these boys learning from their fathers?
Right.
Because I know a lot more of them are around their father than they are here in America.
But yeah, that's kind of okay. So you remember that commercial that came out a few years ago, maybe a little bit longer, with Gillette? You know, Gillette, the shaving people.
Yeah.
And their whole thing is Gillette, the best a man can get, right? They had this whole feminist thing where they had this woman that was famous for, I don't know what she was, but she was a feminist, and she had directed and wrote the commercial to make it look like, you know, like the boys were fighting and how it was just too much toxic masculinity. And the men just destroyed that commercial. They downliked it, everything like that. They're not even about to let that happen over here. That's just how they work. Over in England, it's completely, most of the European countries, like, I'm not saying that they're like female dominated, but a lot of their men over there are a lot more softer than our men as a whole. I mean, they let them take away guns, like all kind of stuff. So they just don't, the men aren't as masculine like that. Like how this guy.
I don't think it's, I think what it is that the men are more polite in other countries. And what I mean is this, is that England is supposed to be, you know, if you, for a perfect example is Idris Elba. He's from there. If you notice, though, you know, he has a little bit of British, you know, what I call it, British hood in him. He's still very, very polite.
Yeah, and he's, I mean, I'm not sure. Okay, so Idris Elba was one of the people who was going super hard about having guns taken away, making it illegal, and they passed it, and he was happy, and they were happy. And then last year, he's going super hard, making a campaign talking about we got to stop selling these type of knives and blades because they almost worse than guns, because these knives have hooks in them, because they have a problem over there because people are mass stabbing now. So it's like the issue is not like Idris Elba and all those other guys are just really, really polite. It's that they're soft. And like, I'm not saying that Andrew Tate is a hard dude and he needs to be somebody to be emulated. But look at their prime ministers. All the male prime ministers England done had all the way back to, for a long time, but I'm going to just go back to Tony Blair. They're a bunch of soft, kowtowing to America. I mean, it's just terrible. Like, they're afraid to stand up and say something. Like, you see, I know it's France, it's not England, but you see the French president, he go down to Burkina Faso talking shit to them, but up here, he let Donald Trump literally just be boying him. You know, so like a lot of those European men, especially in leadership, they just not hard like that. You know, and that's why they let America just run over them the last 100 years. And Andrew Tate is not going for that kind of thing. He thinks men should be over there, should be stronger than that. Now, he is a terrible person though, like pimping these chicks, because he literally is like manipulating them, and he done put all the evidence and proof that he's done what they are accusing him for online himself. So he's going down.
So let me play a little bit more of this. Here we go.
Hyper competitive. Most men are not aware and understanding of how quickly there's going to be a genuine shift in between those who have things and those who do not have things. Not just finances, but also female status, everything else. And it's a status game, right? And it's becoming harder and harder for men to play. And that's all women's fault, of course. But it is because women choose the winners, right? Women choose who the high status males are. So women pretend to give a shit about men. Of course they don't. They give a shit about themselves. And a woman.
It's very interesting seeing this. I might have to do a full screeny on this, but I just wanted to bring that in because I want to show you that pimps run the manosphere.
Let me just a little bit before we go to simple. Let me do this. We got Kevin Samuels. Kevin, let me introduce Kevin. We have a call on show. Kevin, go ahead and say something. Thanks for coming on, Kevin.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, everybody got a suit on with me. Let me go put on my church shirt. Fuck that.
What's going on, guys? For those you don't know, my name is Kevin Samuels. I run a men's style channel. I just came on to run the call-in show, so you guys that wanted to call in and talk to O'Shea, talk to Sinful Freeze. What's going on, fellas? To register your opinion.
Sinful the P, which Kevin is friends with, is a bona fide pimp. Just a pimp, aka a bona fide trafficker, just like, the Tate brothers. That's deep. A lot of people, they either tried to ignore this or didn't connect the dots once again. But basically, there's your connection with the manosphere. Sinful the P is he is like a cult favorite who passed away by the way of complications due to HIV, by the way. And he teaches men the same thing that the Tate brothers teach men in, and it's how to manipulate women like pimps. Pimping is illegal in most places. I think there are some spots that you can do it, but the reason why is because people tend to end up missing or assaulted. So Kevin, early on, this is a very old video, was getting trained while he was training other men. He was getting trained by pimps. He was getting trained by pimps. I need to make that clear, which means he learned how to pimp a little bit himself, even though it appears that it was his tricking that was his downfall. Let me let the music play for a minute. Here we go.
The call number is going to be in the queue. Press 1 to be put in the line, and no bullshit, guys. Don't be blocking your number. You're gonna call, just call, say what you gotta say, be brief, and keep it moving.
Okay, let's do that. And thanks for Kevin to come in. I'll put his channel in. The number is to call and talk to Freeze. How long you got scheduled for? Is it 60 minutes or 2 hours? Kevin? You said what, bro? No, Kevin, how long do you have the blog talk scheduled for? Is it like an hour show or?
2 up to 3 hours.
Okay. Okay. So let's do this, guys. Call 347-857-3847. If you call in right now, we'll have Kevin patch you in. 347-857.
Remember now, they're not only just talking, they're interacting with broken men and making them more broken.
3847. So talk to Freeze, talk to Kevin.
Let me stop for a minute. Let me show you Sinful the P. Right there.
We'll have Kevin patch you in. 347-857-3847. So talk to Freeze.
That's Sinful the P right there. He passed away again from complications of HIV, because of what a lot of people don't know is that pimps usually go both ways. They're usually one of the number one down low men ever. They are very anti, very homophobic, but they have the self-hatred is there too, because they're homophobic, yet they like themselves some D. Sinful to the P should have changed his name to Sinful to D. Because he liked to sample some of that D. Which is, it's up to him. But the fact of the matter is, he's a passed away pimp.
A passed away pimp.
You know, Kevin's a passed away pimp too. But see, people don't believe that yet.
So pimp down.
Pimp down. Yeah. And let me show you this other guy. He's still on this pimp right here, Pimp Wannabe right here. He's still on YouTube right now. And so, of course, you saw ugly old O'Shea Jackson right here. He wants to be a pimp or wanted to be one. He tried to rebrand himself, but I caught him right here. He tried to rebrand himself, tried to be nice to women. By the way, Satan the Sinner is trying to rebrand himself. He literally has a channel called Saint for Women or something like that, which is crazy because they find women are, whether it's theoretically pimping women or literally pimping women, that is what the Black Manosphere is about. And so let me show you what I mean. I go to this clip right here. And this is O'Shea speaking on 1099 girlfriends. Let me go forward. Wait, this one.
King AK-47.
Let me pause this. I want to play the one that has his literally has him saying it. Okay, here we go. So let me rewind this here. If you can't really see it, ladies and gentlemen, let me blow this up a little bit. That's Kevin Samuels, late Kevin Samuels in the middle. And this dork right here is a Kevin Samuels fan. I want you to listen to how this guy sounds.
What's up, guys? This is William from Negro Rhino.
Yes, he chose that music. Let me go back because there he is. So that's the Kevin Samuels fan. Let me make sure I get to the point where Kevin starts to speak. Right around here, I think. Here we go.
$100 to $1,000 on your girlfriend every job that she has to purchase for.
I don't know how many of you guys watched this week, which was Men's Week, and it was a good week. Content. Talk to men about starting strong, making a decision, and when you start winning. But one of the conversations I wanted to kind of build on is, I said it, that marriage today is increasingly become for guys who have money. Women may want to dispute that in theory, but in practice, men know it to be true. So what are you going to do if you don't?
And that's a good point by Kevin Samuels, that marriage now is really a business contract, guys. Love comes later.
You hear his voice? It's business contracts. Business contracts. Let me go forward.
Extent of it is business, and y'all need to be starting off even time before.
And now the men are hip. Y'all are complaining about getting ghosted and this and that. And how do you solve this problem? I have a modest suggestion. 1099 relationships.
Let me pause this. Does anybody know what a 1099 is referring to?
Some type of tax deduction.
It's financial, right?
Yeah, it's
You're
financial.
talking about a contract.
Right. Let's listen a little bit more.
1099. What is a 1099? Well, if you've had a job before and you got hired on directly, you were a W-2 employee. That means the company you work for had to have insurance on you to some degree, file your taxes and all that other kind of stuff. So they had the responsibility of not only employing you, but maintaining you. You got paid less money as a W-2 employee, but if you're a 1099 contractor, you get paid more money. I am going to pioneer not a sugar baby, but 1099 girlfriends. 1099, 3 months, 6 months, 9 month, 12-month contracts. Anybody looking at me, it's like having a virtual assistant instead of somebody in office. It's the best of both worlds. What grown folks decide to do with each other, but you get a 1099. Now see, men, it doesn't work the other way around where ladies get 1099 boyfriends. They make less and women ain't gonna pay. You really want to know if a woman really deals.
And that's the good thing about the.
So he's literally buying women. He's employing them.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more like he's leasing them with a mileage limit on them. So
yeah, leasing.
Wow. Just
yeah,
wow.
Wait, let me ask you this. Do you see my pimp connection now?
Most definitely.
Yeah, but hey, listen, DJ, pimping not easy, man. All right, and he's going to jail for the rest of his life for this pimping shit, man. All right, you think it's a joke?
And it's not legal, so you gotta word it some kind of way.
Yeah.
It's the legal way to word it.
So I mean, so we literally are looking at another dude who's a trafficker. You could literally, if the right courts got a hold of this and he was still around, he might be in a little bit of trouble. He's either that or a full-time trick. This is what this exposes, though, and a lot of people didn't catch this. He is making it clear that he has to buy women to get what he wants. He doesn't have all that coolness and all that masculinity. He has to buy women. Whether he's pimping or not, he has to buy women. That right there should tell men everything they need to know. I mean, basically, they hitched themselves to a failure, to a man who literally failed in every whatever way a male-female relationship could be failed. He did that.
Well, that's probably the only way he's gonna get a woman, if because it's a lot of men, they can't get a woman unless they have money. So, he's just, promoting his tribe. That's all.
Exactly. I mean, and it's funny because the woman that he passed away with was half his age. Obviously, she was too much for him.
He couldn't handle it.
He couldn't handle it. I mean, there's no other way to think about it. And the thing is this, for somebody who's supposed to be the king of masculinity, see, and I'm glad something, Deontay, I'm glad you brought up the I guess you call it the sissiness of the Europeans, but at least they ain't dying by heart attacks, So, I mean, to me, it's like that to me, I mean, it's hard and it's cold for me to say it, but if there's anything that shows a lack of strength, is passing away by having, what special time with somebody. Really, you're not even supposed to be around a person half your age like that.
That part. And to me, this red pill manosphere thing here is kind of doing the same thing that Trump is doing. They just trying to rewrite the rules because at the end of the day, marriage has always been a contract. It's a contract that you sign.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
You sign up for a woman is basically what you're doing. And so don't get mad at the player, get mad at the game. And
Right.
so that's what him and Trump is trying to do. They're trying to rewrite history and rewrite everything the way that things, have been going. And even with Andrew Tate, they don't like the fact that women have a little bit power over men. And some women got a lot of power over men, and they don't like that.
Right.
Yes, that is true. I had a theory when I was in my early 20s, that I was like, man, you know what? Um, Women, if they really would just work together and create like this code amongst themselves, they could actually take over the whole world. It doesn't. They don't have to dominate every single man. They just have to find key men in key positions with key authority and influence over people. For example, if you could take over like a king or a president or a CEO, or you know what I'm saying, manipulate the hell out of this guy with the one thing, like James Bond said, the coldest weapon of all. You know what I'm saying? Like manipulate them with that, and then you'll run everything. Yeah. So I think that's what a real
Kind of
battle.
like Camille did the king
Or just
in the UK.
whoever it is, like, well, yeah, it was, man. Listen, oh my, yes, you are spot on with that, because she ended up on the throne with the crown on her head. They called her queen. They told her that wasn't never gonna happen. And
Yeah.
look at it. Yeah.
But she's always had whatever it takes to make him fall to his knees. She's always had that.
Do you remember when that audio tape had leaked out? I don't even think I was born then, but I eventually heard it when I was doing my little thing looking into them. So back in I think was it the 90s? I can't remember, where some guy had intercepted a phone call between Camille and Charles, and they were talking dirty, sex talk, with each other. And man, that shit was royal British, like some royal British sexual deviant trash. I'm like, damn, King Charles, like you was the man, huh? But she knew exactly what he was like. I mean, what he wanted. Like I'm looking at this, like, oh yeah, she manipulating the hell out this dude. He can't handle it. Well, I just want, and one more thing you ever want to say about what you said about Kevin Samuels. Listen, man, it was a joke going around after he had died and they found out how he did it. But a lot of dudes was like, hey man, that wouldn't be a bad way to go. You telling me the JJ was so good that my dude couldn't handle it and he died? Hey, man, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Somebody need to study that woman, man. If she took my dude out with the cat.
I guess. I mean, to me, it's like
Don't blame her. Blame him for not being in shape.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
because when you're young, you got that WAP. So I mean, I'm just saying, even some old people got it. So don't blame the women. Blame him.
Yeah, he should have checked himself out. Because I mean, at least see, high blood pressure. They said he passed away by high blood pressure. You can't pass away by high blood pressure. It can cause you to, but it's not going to be like you cannot pop a vein or whatever and just pass away because of high blood pressure. But it can damage your arteries enough that it can put you in position where you can't handle such things as, dealing with somebody half your age.
They tell you on the medicine he was popping pills, not like a drug addict, but the enhancer, so he could get up in there and.
That's what got him. That's exactly what got him, because that made his blood flow.
Yeah,
his blood was flowing. His heart couldn't see. His heart couldn't handle. Like his heart couldn't handle that.
And he didn't. I'm gonna just tell you something. When that happened, And don't ask me how I know, but I know. When that happened, he didn't enjoy himself. He had a headache because when men take that medicine and they have high blood pressure, it gives them a headache because the blood goes too fast.
Right.
Because you need the blood flow to make everything else flow. And so
Exactly.
it basically gives them a headache. So he didn't go all that happy. He was just ignoring that stroke headache he was having.
Stroke.
He was trying to outstroke the headache, and it cost him his life.
Yeah. Yeah, he ignored it. That's what happened. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot. All it takes is a combination of things to happen. A bad heart day, and he had a bad heart day. He had a bad heart day.
Probably had a burger before.
Yeah. So we end this up with some Candace. So we end this up. What do you do? Y'all want to watch some Candace's
Yeah, well, I haven't seen much of nothing, so sure. What Candace been talking about?
Yeah, let's kick in some Candace real quick. Okay.
Military people don't want to sign up anymore. Good, you shouldn't. You'd be better off learning how to hunt and shoot and serving your communities. Obviously, Trump does not care about you, your life. And if you give them 12 years, good luck getting an appointment at the VA. I think that's how we all feel. We signaled strongly you did not want to go to the Iran war. If only Trump had listened to Charlie Kirk and instead looking the other way when there are a lot of shitty things that happened with his assassination. But CNN came out today with just it's an incredible headline.
You want to know something? I think she knows. I think she thinks that Trump deleted Kirk.
Mm-hmm. She know.
Yeah, that's why she on Erica's back so hard. The wife.
They
was on part of it.
I heard Benjamin Netanyahu who had him taken out. Allegedly.
Well, remember, AIPAC and all them other Israeli people, they were really deep into Turning Point USA in the beginning when Charlie at first had it, started it. And I think it was the last 2 or 3 years he had, before he got killed, he pulled out, from dealing with them because he saw what they were trying to do. He was not into that. He didn't think that dragging America into a war was worth it, which most Americans don't agree with that. Obviously, hardcore Trump people don't believe in that. But he was very influential. Very influential. He was a big reason why Trump got elected both times. How he almost even won the one that he lost, and they just didn't want him opposing Trump publicly for doing this. And I think there was a lot of other things that was involved as well. Because I think eventually he was going to try to run for public office, probably for president. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. Trump had no problem sending soldiers out to pass away, in his war. So, maybe making somebody go away, in the States is not a big deal to him. I mean, remember, we're talking about somebody who a lot of people are accusing of, some really heinous Epstein stuff. So,
well, let me throw this in on that. It's a lot of people have come unalive since this administration has been in office. The first time and the second time, especially the second time when we having all these assassination attempts. And and then ISIS, so it's not just military people coming up missing or gone.
Right.
It's like anybody can catch it.
Right.
Anybody that's big and big and got a big mouth. So I'm kind of concerned for Candace and Nick Fuentes. And now Hassan has, I'm afraid for all these ex-MAGA people that's got a big microphone. I feel like allegedly they should watch out and they ought to be careful what they say. Because if it can happen to Charlie Kirk, it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But I'm gonna say one thing with that as well too. I think that they know, especially Candace, because her and Charlie was super cool, like super tight. Um, she knows that this is real, and she don't care. A lot of these people, they understand that their life is on the line when they do these things. Um, they don't care, and I got to be honest with you too. I think that. And then this just in general, objectively, I'm not saying I'm on anybody's side, but I think that shows a lot of bravery and courage to be able to do that. Whether you a public figure or anybody, when you put yourself out there and you stand on something, whether you wrong or right or however, people gonna be literally gunning at you, and you still gonna stand there and say what you got to say because you believe in it. That's what galvanizes people, though. That's what makes people believe in you or a movement. Is that he willing or she willing to do this and put her stuff on the line? Shit, I will too. All of us will. So, but every once in a while you got to take somebody out.
Yeah, Candace have over 500,000 people in her chat. When she do a live, sometimes she got 300,000 to 500,000 people in her chat alone. And we're not talking about the people that just actually follow her. I forgot how many followers she have. I know it's in the millions, but that's pretty badass to have 500,000 people in your chat. So that's why I say, and
Candace is huge, man. And you know what else too? I noticed about her that I don't know really what to think about. I don't know if I like it or don't like it, but it's interesting. She didn't have anything to say about the Carmelo Anthony situation or the Nolan Wills situation. But it's a whole bunch of right-wing people who jumping on that, for all the racial stuff that's going on and everything. But I don't think she said anything about. She going hard on Trump. That's how she might really are something.
She is steadfast on Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, and Trump.
Yeah, that's it. She ain't letting shit take that focus away.
She got her foot on Erica's neck, and baby, she is not letting up.
Aliens could attack Earth tonight, and everybody in the world will be talking about the aliens. You switch to her channel, she's still talking about the Trump and Charlie Kirk. You like, damn, them aliens, look at this. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not taking she's not taking that other bait. She sees what's happening with Officer whatever his name is.
Tatum.
Yeah, he's crashing and burning right now.
But I understand why she wouldn't know, because at the end of the day, those are social issues that have importance. But she looking like, man, if this whole country fall apart, racism ain't gonna matter because everybody gonna be dead.
Right. But also, too, do you feel like that she may, feel some type of way because just like you guys said, Tate helped get Trump in office, she helped get Trump in office also with her followers.
Yeah, but see, you're right. But see, the thing is, like her, what's the girl's name? Megyn Kelly. What's the dude's name? Tucker, Alex Jones. They all publicly came out and all disavowed Trump. Said, "Damn him, he's crazy. I wish I wouldn't have did this." They publicly admitted they can't hide it. Yeah, we pushed Trump. We wanted him to get in. We thought he was whatever. But Tate ain't doing that. Super cool Tate, man. Everything Trump do is perfect, is gold. It's like the most genius shit he ever saw. Oh, take us to war for Ireland for no reason. Innocent Americans and innocent civilians and American lives and money and all that stuff getting wasted. Oh yeah, Trump know what he's doing. That's what, Super Coons is like. I don't know what to really think about Candace on that because she was definitely tap dancing to the super cool Illuminati, music.
Yeah.
But
I have to admit, she's surprising me.
Because she's not in a cult though. She's not in the cult. She was down for the cause, but not at all cost.
Yeah, because she probably would just look. To some people, like myself, it's just politics and what you can get from something. But when you make it personal and you invest your consciousness to it, your spirit to it, that's when it gets radical. That's what they mean when they say the far left or the far right. Those are the people where even if the side that they are into is doing some real fucked up shit that even they know is messed up, they'll still hold the line, because they're invested personally into it. When it's just business for you, you're like, oh no, I ain't trying to bomb all these people, and you know what I'm saying, kill all these people and start no World War III over because you done did some pedophile stuff. It's just business for her. Just like it's business for all the other people who jump ship on Trump.
Let me play this clip from her. This other clip from.
Andrew Tate's always interesting to me for a lot of reasons. The first is because of how I met Andrew Tate. I was having this dinner with my husband and his friend. Andrew Tate was there. I had no idea who he was. This is kind of before he really took off on the internet. I had my assistant at the time with me who happened to be Romanian. She spent a lot of the time that we were there talking to him, right? They were having a conversation. She comes over to me afterwards and she says, this guy, Andrew Tate, I think he's a pimp in Romania. I said, what? And she's like, no, I think he's like actually a pimp in Romania. Andrew Tate is not hiding exactly who Andrew Tate was. You're a guy and you hold citizenship in America or in the United Kingdom and you decide to uproot to Romania. It's got to be because you can do a little more dodgy stuff in Romania.
U.S. Marshals arresting.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt because let me see. Maybe she pulls out of it. Let's see.
Controversial social media influencers in Florida this weekend. New UK charges are in addition to allegations the brothers are already facing there and in Romania.
I knew it. I didn't know it, but I knew it.
Holy shit. I thought she was on Team Tate for a minute. Obviously not.
Yeah, but because I hear people say, they call people like, oh, you flip-flopping. No, it's called being a person, a human being.
Right.
If I'm down with somebody that you not because you don't like something that they did, and I'll even agree like, oh, what they did, that was kind of jacked up, but I don't think it's worth like just vilifying this person fully, or you know what I'm saying? Then whatever. I'm not whatever. But if they do something that's so egregious that even I'm like, oh no, I can't. Remember what I was telling you about old dude? Yeah, I'm done with that after they did this. But oh, you flip like, no, how? The dude did some crazy, so it's the same thing with her. Like, if you friends with somebody and you defend them publicly, if they get accused of something that you don't believe that they did because you truly feel like they didn't do it and you know them, and then 100% proof come out that they did it, you're probably not going to stand up and keep defending them. Like, it just depends on who you are. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, I can't defend that, man. They got you on video doing A, B, and C to A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? I can't defend that, man.
She was all right until they took her boy out. Once they took her boy out, then all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
In my opinion. She's down for the cause, and she was, she was kind of sweeping it to the side, and yeah, she gonna look into it or what have you. But once that event happened, and he took her and they took her boy out, whoever took him out, then that's when she came on the warpath. That's when she got real vocal.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think basically she's not somebody you want to cross. To me, it's like her and Cynthia G. You don't want to piss them off. You don't want to piss them off. But let me play a little bit more. Let me see.
U.S. military is now asking troops for creative and unconventional ideas.
The fact that she's using a CNN article is because, she was anti-CNN.
Volume.
Remember?
That speaks volume. That's a Fox woman.
It's like she's trolling. She's literally trolling. She knows she could get this article somewhere else, right? She's literally trolling those. Okay, but let's see this.
Punish Iran. The request came from a senior officer at the U.S. military command carrying out President Donald Trump's war with Iran. It came in an email that they are looking for new, creative, and unconventional ways to pressure and punish Iran. They got their hands in this email. An officer in the U.S. Central Command's intelligence branch, if we're still calling it intelligence, wrote in a message that was sent on Wednesday to a broad group of military analysts, according to a source that was familiar with the message. A second source also said that a senior U.S. military officer sent the message last week soliciting new ideas for how to deal with Iran. They're crowdsourcing ideas because we're losing. And we're losing because Trump is stupid, because Trump is listening to his advisors, has no common sense, clearly has no concept himself of just common sense foreign policy, listened to a pitch by Bibi Netanyahu saying, we can take Persia in a week. Yeah, you know, that empire that's just been around a very long time. I can do it in a week. All you have to do is side with me in the file class. And Trump said, that sounds like a good idea. I'll protect the Epstein class. And then I'll help you get into Spain too. Like everyone knows that's just like Israel doing that. And Trump is now going, wow, we really can't do that. We can't take Iran. We've beat Iran about 55 times, according to Trump's tweet. And yet we haven't beat Iran. And now they're messaging.
Let me pause it right there.
I guess you're right. Like Trump done told him that we won this war about 50 times, man. Like,
Right. But at the end of the day, she do this after, you know, in my opinion, it's just like all the rest of the MAGA. It's FAFO time. And, you know,
Right.
the bill came due for her also because she knew this in 2020, but yet and still, she knew how, you see how articulate she sound and how
Yes.
smart she sound. So it's not like she's stupid and don't know how policy go and don't know how things are supposed to be ran, right?
Right.
And so she watched him the first 4 years, almost, well, the economy was on the brinks when he left because of the C-19 virus, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And so we were, the deficit was up. He ran the deficit up, what, $4 trillion or $8 trillion while he was in office within 4 years. So she knew the devastation that he did the first time, but yet and still, she still promoted him in 2020. So I'm not buying any of it. And
Right.
I'm sorry that her boy is gone, but it's just FAFO time. And now it's Mad Day. And this is what we get when it's Mad Day. But like you said, yeah, you really shouldn't piss her off, but she also need to watch what she's saying also. I'm just going to throw
I
that out
agree.
there.
I agree. I think she's just trying to land on her feet.
well, she done landed like a mother trucker. She done stuck the landing and got the freaking perfect 10. You know what I'm saying? She got almost 7 million subscribers, and like I said, what I said was saying this girl is doing $1 billion million views on video. Her lives are getting hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, that's crazy. Especially like,
Mm.
I mean, it's just nuts, man. But you know, when she did that documentary years ago about the Black Lives Matter, I was like, oh, here she go, just super cooning. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to just do whatever she can to tear down, you know, like some Officer Tate stuff. Difference between her and Tate, you know, all these other super coons, is they not as smart as she is. Like, and she's very good at investigating, and she knows where to go. I saw the documentary. It took me a while to actually watch it because I didn't want to watch it, but I actually went and watched it. And it's funny because most of the things, probably about 80% of the stuff that she uncovered in there and found out, it eventually came out and was true. You know, about how they was misappropriating the money and doing all this other stuff, and it's like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, let me know you don't want to mess with Candace. And it also makes me think, because she about to go to trial still for Macron's, the fucking French president's wife.
That's right. That's right.
Because she's standing on business that this lady is a woman, is a man. And I don't, you want to talk about somebody being older, DJ? Do you know that I think she's in her 70s, and Macron is like, she was his science teacher when he was in high school or something like that. So she's like 30 years older than him, his wife.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Man, yes.
I didn't either.
Oh no. She's like 30 years older than this dude. She's in her 70s, and he's like in his late 40s or mid 40s or something like that.
She look good for her age though.
Macron's wife?
Yeah.
Man, and Candace is saying that she's a man. I'm like, hey, and she taking that to court. That's why I'm like, man, she must
Good
be
luck, really good luck, Candace. Good luck with that, Candace, because I mean, I don't see how she gets out of that. She if I was her, I she might want to get that settlement thing going on.
Yeah, because it's only one way that she could actually win that case.
Yeah, there really is.
Real proof that this is actually a man. Like, and how
well, like you said, maybe. Well, when they do deposition, they'll find out.
Yeah, but that stuff is
a birth certificate. A birth certificate. She's done.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's public, isn't it? A birth certificate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens with that. Maybe she can a formal apology will help. But she might be able to cut a couple million that way. But otherwise,
maybe she don't mind paying the millions.
Yeah.
Maybe she got it like that.
Maybe she does got it like that. I don't know.
Her husband's family is very rich, prominent. Over in England, the class system is huge. And her stepfather, which is her father-in-law, her husband's father, is like this huge Freemason dude over there. But what's funny though is that nobody said anything negative about that whole thing. When I found that, I'm like, so nobody's going to talk about how this dude was a 15-year-old in high school and this 40, 30, whatever how old she was, woman. They obviously had to have some kind of relationship when they were, what I'm saying, when he was still a kid, underage.
You know something? I'm going to do some digging in that, but yeah, that's weird. Well, maybe I won't, because they might, these days.
Yeah, let Candace handle all of that.
Yeah, Candace.
I'm sure she got it together. Yeah.
Candace gonna bring it out for you. Just sit back and sit tight for a sec.
we may not be super fans of Candace, but she's really an interesting person as long as you stay.
Well, she got a wealth of information, though. You can't take that from her. Like Deontay says, she does her homework and she know where to dig. So she do have some great information.
That is true. She is more successful than anybody she is more successful than any man ever in the Black Manosphere, and that's saying a lot. So
to me, she's like one of the most successful people that's on the internet, point blank, period.
That is true.
Because I haven't seen anybody else on YouTube with 500,000 people in their chat when they live.
Watching.
And there for the whole entire hour and a half or two.
Yeah. She she's a very dangerous person to Trump because she could, if the election is close, she could very well change it just more than anything,
Candace is going to be very, very instrumental. And it's kind of ironic how this happened because she was already instrumental, but nowhere near as big as Charlie. But because she's at the forefront of this whole Charlie Kirk situation, the conspiracy and everything, because remember, these probably 90% of the people that's on Candace watching her like that are white people, conservative whites. These ain't just all you know what I'm saying? So she's going to be people. Yeah, all the Charlie Kirk people. Because remember, a lot of them Charlie Kirk people, they don't trust the Erica Trump. That's why I'm Erica Trump. Basically, right?
Erica Kirk.
Erica Kirk seems a little bit slippery to me. She doesn't seem like she genuinely really cared about her husband. I mean, I don't mind. He might have been a jerk.
Deontay and Candace tying her to Epstein?
I'm not sure. Probably. I haven't I know that the craziest thing that I've seen Candace put out on Erica was after that White House correspondence dinner at the Hilton, I guess, where the guy went in and was shooting, and they, he ran past security and they just stood there and watched him. Somebody had got a video of Erica walking with security after the whole thing, and she was crying, talking about, "Just take me home. I want to go home," And she had found an email because, like I said, all this government shit is public, where basically the CIA, the White House told the CIA, no, the CIA told the White House that it would be best for them to release the video to the media of her crying, talking about she want to go home after the shooting, because it would like basically send a lot of empathy to people because they know that she was the wife of Charlie Kirk who recently got killed, and now she had to experience an event where somebody was trying to shoot and kill the president. She was there. It's like, well, what the flip the CIA and all the people care about all of this stuff for? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like she's digging deeper and finding more out about it. I would not be surprised though if because remember she knew Charlie for years before he even met Erica. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they was friends before they met.
Yeah, they were friends before she met Charlie. They were friends before all this Trump shit. I mean, before Charlie, before she met.
Oh, so she sees Erica. She sees Erica like as an outsider in a way.
Yeah, her and Charlie were friends before he even started Turning Point. Yeah, like it was. This go all the way back. They was at, you remember on Fresh Prince, the Young Republicans convention that Carlton used to go to? It was basically something like that. Like they had been knowing each other through social media events about, conservatives or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised they find a link in there, man, because they put people on people, and after he had started Turning Point, they had started taking off. Then he meets this girl, and she a bad little blonde chick that was a former model or Miss whatever state she from. So you can already put it together.
You mean Erica Kirk?
Yeah.
She's okay. I mean, she's okay looking, but at least in my opinion, she's I mean, she's not who was the person they were calling Jigsaw?
Jigsaw. Yeah.
Who was Jigsaw? It was what was her name? Who called Candace nappy-headed Black Bee, remember?
That was Meg. Wasn't that Megyn Kelly?
No, that was the crazy girl. Wasn't it the crazy girl for Trump? The girl that's not allowed to own a gun or have a driver's license or something like that?
Yeah. What's her name?
I can't remember her name.
Believe it or not, the person who nicknamed her Jigsaw just showed up.
Are you talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene?
What?
No,
it
not Marjorie.
Oh,
it's the crazy chick. Like
what was her name? Something. What? Let me look it up. Candace. Because Candace started using the name Jigsaw. Loomer.
Yeah, that's her name.
Laura Loomer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's so funny because this is the weird thing is that Why Seeking Knowledge actually said something about that before. When the Loomer thing came out, she made the comment about, Loomer looking like Jigsaw because of her strong jaws. Her strong jaws, and then a week later, no more than a week later, Candace was using the word Jigsaw in one of her videos. And we were going, oh shit, she watches our show. So it was hilarious. So yeah. So she called her Jigsaw. So it was it's good. It's good to see TLT in the house. Why Seeking Knowledge in the house.
But I knew they all was gonna start eating each other up. Remember, I told you that long time ago.
You sure did. You did.
Remember, I said they all gonna start just eating each other up like they crabs in a barrel, and that's basically what's going on now because there's so much chaos and fakery and lies and conspiracies and They don't nobody trust nobody no more. They're not friends no more.
No.
Everybody
they-
hate each other, and Trump, he done disappointed everybody. So, now everybody crying. It's FAFO time, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, white sneaker knowledge. Yeah, it was them cheeks. The cheeks that stick out on Jigsaw that Lord Lumen look like. But yeah.
With those cheeks, I imagine targets on them.
And we don't even hear from her no more. Is she still in the White House? Well, I haven't been online, so I don't know. So
I haven't heard anything from
have she made any tweets or anything?
I don't know.
I haven't seen any lately. I think Candace put a couple bombs in her bunker, and that was it.
Oh, Candace says she's not done, not by a long shot.
Yeah, I don't think she. I mean, let's see what Candace has to say.
Asking for creative ideas. So I would like to put something in the suggestion box. Admit you were wrong. Apologize. Remove our ties from Israel. Stop funding that demonic, pedophilic state of Baal. Close the chapter on that and try actually being the president of the United States for like a day. You get a day as opposed to the president.
West acknowledges, I like Reese Waters' Let 'Em Fight series.
Israel, can we get like a day? Honestly, my honest opinion with the way that you have betrayed Charlie, I couldn't care less what happens to Trump. I think he's an absolute moron. I hate everything about him. I know hate is a very strong word, but Charlie spent his entire life trying to elect the very people into power who are allowing this farce to go on. And we know that Charlie was the first casualty of the Iranian war. He was in the way. He was in the way. And now we have his organization telling us they don't.
What? Did we not just say that?
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but see, I'm talking about the fact that this is what I was saying though, she does not mind putting herself out there. She got too much influence. Here you have a millennial black girl or woman, you got a millennial black woman, and she has the audience ears of the whole conservative party, at least the ones that's online. And I'm talking about this is over Megyn Kelly, over even over Fox News. She gets more video views than Fox News on YouTube.
She mad.
Yeah, over Tucker and all of them. Like it's like, how did this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Your West knowledge says, Loomer was a low-level troll-up. Trump is done with her. He still has her as ambassador to some Arab nation she hates.
Ironic. She don't even like other countries. she's a white nationalist. A white nationalist over the Arab country. You can't even make this up.
Why is thinking all the time that falls?
When you're running for office, especially the president, like something as big as that, I'm sure I've seen like those political movies and stuff where they're trying to get votes, right? And they calling all of these giant corporations and PACs and unions and groups to see, can we get your vote? And then if we get your vote, that means everybody who follow you and influenced by you is going to vote for us. So same thing with Trump. Andrew, he was out. I'm going to use Andrew and all of his manosphere people. I'm going to use Candace and all of her people. I'm going to use Tucker and Alex Jones and all these other. So now you got and this is any president, but we just talking about Trump. Now you got a basket of about 200 or 300 people who, and that's a lot of people, you think about it, who you have somehow placed yourself with in order to get their influence that they have over their people. But once you get in office and their job is done, you can just push them to the side now. Just like he's doing with Trump, with Andrew. Trump don't give a shit about Andrew Tate, man, all this dumb stuff. And Tate up here talking about, I'm the one that helped get you elected, man. That shit over with, Playboy. I'm in office. You know what I'm saying? Like and they got evidence on you. You done. You know. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, so that's how that goes. And then, like Candace was saying, Charlie has huge, and he was going to go hard publicly against Donald Trump in this Iran war with Israel, and that was going to cause a huge problem. So yeah, got to take him out.
Well, they didn't count. They didn't count on Candace being a huge problem, and she's becoming a huge problem. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, I hope she has good security.
Yeah, I hope she got good. Well, Charlie has security too, so you know.
Yeah, he had. I mean, they were standing right next to him, you know, like soldiers, you know, with the suits on and their arms crossed in front of them, you know. But that didn't matter, man, because if you have somebody that can shoot, if you have a real sniper that's an animal, oh yeah, they can hit you from half a mile away, man.
And they can pay your security off to not secure you.
Yeah, it don't take much, you know.
But they better not bank on a check from Agent Orange because he ain't gonna pay them. They better get their money from Ben.
Yeah. Let me play a little bit more of this clip, then we'll call it a night. Here we go.
No. Actually, Blake, I think, said Charlie would support Trump with the Iran war. He would support him. Okay. Erica said, he's not here to tell us what he would think. All we have are old clips. And you know what? She was right about that. We do have old clips. I saw some of this going around on Instagram. Take a listen.
Yeah, no, to answer your question, my husband isn't here to say whether or not we should be at war with Iran. I would love for him to be here right now and tell us if we should or should not. I would love it. I miss his voice more than anyone in this world. And, you know, it's frustrating when you have people speaking for him. I have a sentiment for that. But thank the good Lord that we have a bunch of his videos that we can look back on.
But I can say concretely, here's where I stand. We do not want U.S. boots on the ground. We do not want American kinetic involvement.
Make sure we don't go to war against Iran, which would be a profound mistake for our country. So that's a really, really important thing.
It's pathologically insane. I'm sorry. It is.
I don't think we should bomb Iranian nuclear facilities. I just don't.
My whole life, I've been told that Iran is getting a bomb. Iran is getting a bomb. Iran is getting a bomb. Iran is getting a nuclear bomb. Yet here in 2025, they do not have a nuclear bomb. So why should we trust the American intelligence without verifying it? This is Israel's war. The worst possible case scenario is Iran says, okay, you humiliated us. You killed all of our leaders. We're going to go make this a regional mess and try to get as many people involved as possible.
And I think it's long past time that our leaders would start to prioritize the well-being of our own citizens, not those of foreign nations.
This is more Israel pushing for Iran. But is that America's problem? That's I mean, maybe the answer is yes. Maybe the answer is, you know what? They were wrong about Iraq. They were wrong about Syria. They were wrong about Afghanistan. They were wrong about the Taliban. They were wrong about Libya. They were wrong about the Arab Spring. They were wrong about Yemen. They were wrong about the Arabian Peninsula. They were wrong about the 9/11 hijackers being Saudi Arabian. But hey, 10th time's a charm. This time we're actually right.
Damn.
So here you go, guys. Here you have the evidence of Charlie that he would never support this. And what I don't understand is that even until today, you have so many people who are just denying this. They're denying that Charlie would never support this. They're denying that Charlie would never go against Israel. And that's so wrong, because just take a look at these clips and that says already enough, right? And me.
It does say enough. I mean, if that's for real.
No, it's for real.
It's for real.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. The reason why I had mentioned when I said Candace was a millennial, because what I mean is the youth has all the energy and the movement in any nation at any time, right? And I don't just mean like teenagers and 20s. I'm even talking about people in their 30s and 40s. So you look at these Charlie and Candace, people like them, they're in their 30s. So they are galvanizing not just a lot of the conservative movement, but they got the kids, the youth, the 18 to 30 to 40-year-olds. And Fox News represents that old school, you know what I'm saying, like boomer, whatever they want to call it. I don't discriminate against people for their age, but I understand there's a difference in the thought process. Yeah, but I'm saying that they can see it though. Trump and his people are like, man, we cannot have the youth, you know what I'm saying, in our movement turning against us, and the leader of this is going to be Charlie Kirk. She wasn't playing. He really was the first casualty of the war because he was already publicly saying this stuff, as we just saw. And he said a whole lot more than that, too. This dude had got hours of footage of him talking shit about how this is terrible, shouldn't happen. And this is way before he got killed before the war actually happened, but they've been trying to do this for a long time. I was telling y'all before, man, Israel been trying to get in Iran's ass for 20, 30 years now. And they finally got something to do.
40 years.
Yeah.
40. Yeah.
Shout out to Why Seeking Knowledge, 200 joules jamming. Much, much appreciated. Why Seeking Knowledge. I mean, I'm really, the thing is that basically that I did not know Kirk said those things. Now, don't get me wrong. He still ain't that cool to me, but I can see why he was sent to the upper room, if you know what I mean. Basically, that is just not I think by the time that basically that's the thing. And see, the thing is that Trump stated before that he didn't want a war either some years ago, but obviously he didn't mean it. But to me, it's like this. Trump is the type of person, in my opinion, who will do anything to anyone to get anything that he wants. That's how I see it.
Yeah, he definitely is. I think a lot of these people are in those positions. It's just that he's being totally exposed. And because what he's doing, he can't hide it. You can't hide taking the American military to war. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't think he cared to hide. Cause see, he already know this is his last term, even though he playing like he gonna run again. He know that's against the Constitution. You can't run again. And so I just don't think he care anymore because just like DJ said earlier, he got all the suckers to vote for him, right? He got everybody convinced. He got everybody to vote for him. And so he said all the right things that he needed to say to get those people votes. And, now, like they saying online, he's just shitting on them now. He don't care. Like you said earlier, Deontay, I'm in office now. I don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
And that's basically the way he's rolling. And he know the Republican Party is afraid of him because I heard that he's, ruling by, like the Godfather style, just like a couple weeks ago, those two senators, Cassidy and John Cornyn, he helped get them out of office. He put his own candidates in to run against his own people that's incumbents that's already there. And they've been senators. John Cornyn was a senior citizen and he got him out. Right. And so they said they weren't gonna push forward his nomination with Todd Blanche. Well, they folded just this weekend. They just folded. And why did they fold? They're not going to even be reelected again. And that's more than likely. And allegedly, they probably got some threats because, some of the Republicans saying, even Marjorie Taylor Greene said they targeted her. She get threats. Her children get threats. So if you don't do what he tell you to do, then, he's sick as mob on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they done made examples out of people.
Yeah.
They
seen Charlie Kirk gone, pushing up daisies, and so they already know they're not more important than Charlie is. Nobody, anybody can catch a stray. Anybody seem like.
Right. Yeah. That is very true. And let me play a little bit more, and then for that we'll come. I keep saying
Yeah, this been a long show, DJ. You've been on since about 6 o'clock, ain't you?
Yeah, I know. 5:30 too. I can't help it because good company, good conversation.
Maybe could it be the reason that Charlie suddenly got assassinated?
Oh wait. Okay. So yeah. So let me see. I want to go back to where she's talking again. Okay, right here.
would be fine. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he was pretty clear on what he thought about war with Iran. Pathologically insane is exactly what it is. Pathologically insane to accept this narrative of Charlie's assassination being done at the hands of a trans furry who it turns out is not trans, and they can't even prove was on campus that day. Pathologically insane to think that.
So they were trying to say that it was a trans guy, somebody trans that did it.
Yeah,
I know. Okay, now
his boyfriend, they say.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know they set him up then, because see, that's the one thing about the Trump team. They're not that sharp. They wanted to try to somehow make it look like, they wanted a twofer. What I mean is this. They wanted to alienate trans people, or really other people to alienate trans people, and they wanted to take out Charlie at the same time. That's only narcissists get that greedy.
Well, also too, keep in mind, they're buzzwords. They automatically know if they use certain dog whistle or buzzwords. That's the attention that they're gonna catch. You're not gonna, his supporters are not gonna worry about what the narrative is. They're listening for those buzzwords.
Right.
Point USA is acting in good faith. Pathologically insane to believe a single word that comes out of Erica Kirk's mouth. She has not fought at all for her husband, my Charlie, except when it comes to providing basic details that she would have access to. Pathologically insane to believe that if she was telling the truth, she would need to invite influencers to court. Pathologically insane to still be supporting this administration, following or listening to any person who is a Zionist, and is still standing behind these Baal worshipers who keep sacrificing innocent children and innocent lives so they expand their empire. Lastly, pathologically insane to still be a white person in Europe, not realizing they've been eradicating your race and doing it through means of deception, as is the Mossad motto, blaming the Arabs as they finance campaigns for them to run over borders in territories that Israel is bombing for Israel's expansion. They are expanding their empire. They do not view themselves to be your race. They do not like you. They do not like your faith. And you keep thinking it's the Muslims. All of it is pathologically insane, in my view.
To be honest, at this point, I wouldn't even be surprised anymore, and that we're maybe finding out in the future that Israel was behind this migrant crisis into Europe. And that's actually insane, because we all saw the videos of what happened like 3 days ago in Spain. You almost had like 50 or 60,000 migrants trying to cross the border. It was almost like a migrant invasion, and many...
Dang.
That was crazy, man. That looked like that movie World War Z, when those millions of zombies was all just running, trying to jump over that wall or whatever.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. I'm like, these are thousands of people was just bombarding. See, and this is what Trump and them was talking about when with the Ecuador and all of those South American countries coming up here. Because they had caravans of 10, 20,000 people, mile-long lines of them, groups of them coming up to America. And they said, we got to stop that from happening. So I did agree with that part. You don't want them just running rampant in here, just undocumented, whatever. But that's what happened in Spain, though.
I'm more afraid of an American than I am an immigrant, and I'm gonna go back on mute.
All right. So why don't we go ahead and end it for the night for real this time, for real. I would like to thank definitely Deontay, Why Seek Knowledge, and then Tevin popped up for a minute for coming up and sharing your thoughts. As you can see, I must have enjoyed the conversation because I went an hour and 2 hours over what I was going to. Are there any, last little comments you all would like to throw in before I hit the beat?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say, I said what I said. I was thinking about you a couple of weeks ago when I was looking at this Nolan Wells case. Ben Crump, because I know we was talking about this, and you were saying with the Carmelo Anthony that the family should have consulted with Ben Crump, and I was saying how he was he wasn't a criminal lawyer. And he was like, well, yeah, but he can still get people to help him. And obviously, Nolan Wells' family hired. Well, they didn't hire him. Ben Crump is doing this pro bono, and I'm sure he gonna get his cut when they eventually, because somebody done jacked up something. And I'm not. I'm not being evil when I say get his cut, because he deserved that what he's doing. But I had to really look into it, and I can't believe I didn't even notice that Ben Crump's he's a civil lawyer, not a criminal one. But he has an investigation team, and this is what made him big. It wasn't just all I was seeing, and most of us were seeing, I guess, was the settlements that he kept getting. But he wasn't just getting these family settlements just showing up. He had a private investigation that he was doing along with the police or FBI, whoever was investigating whatever the case was. And they would find out things that the local police, state police, and the feds either didn't see, overlooked, or just most likely didn't give a shit about. Just another black person dead, just sweep it under the rug. So that's what he was doing for a lot of those cases, and that's what he's doing here. Because if they wouldn't have got him and they just went with the initial story, you know what I'm saying? Or he just drowned on July 4th and he just gone, that's it. A lot of shit would have gotten away with, because they done found all kind of conflicting stories and everything. So I was just thinking, I was like, damn, you know what? That's crazy. I said what I said, did say that Ben Crump was gonna could come through and make it happen. And he been
Deontay, he's a civil rights lawyer also. So when you do civil rights, you're going to have all of those entities that you can tap into and resources, and you're going to have your team there. And so not only does he do civil law, he's a civil rights lawyer. So that's why I say, because at the end of the day, Carmelo Anthony's civil rights were violated also, in my opinion. As fast as they sent that boy down the highway, Texas never seen nobody down the highway that quickly.
So they was done. Yeah, they had the whole thing. And that's one of the reasons why I think Nancy Grace is going so hard for the Nolan Wells situation, because she was on Carmelo Anthony's back about him doing that. Like he was a cold murderer and all this crazy stuff she was saying. Now for Nolan Wells, she up here going in on Officer Tate, or whatever his name is, Tatum. And
Tatum. She went in hard.
Yeah, but she been going hard though, saying we got to find out what happens here. It's almost like I don't know, what do you think? Is she doing this because she got a huge audience that's black and she don't want to lose them because of what happened with, how she was treating the Carmelo situation? I really don't know. But I was just saying, I said what I said. I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, she said that too.
I think they've joined his team though now, haven't they? For Carmelo Anthony, I think they joined the team now for Carmelo Anthony, which I think a trial has. I think he's been granted to get another trial also. Now, don't quote me on it because I haven't researched it, but I believe that's what's going on now. But I definitely have to relook at it and refresh my memory.
Yeah, they're trying to get the Judge Roach that presided over the Carmelo case. They're trying to get them removed from being a part of the appeal, and if they get the appeal, obviously going over that one, because they think the conflict of interest. And remember, he's the same guy that released Jake Lane from prison.
Right. But I thought he retired anyway. I thought he was retiring anyway. But they can come out of retirement though, can't they? They can come out of retirement to preside over a case or something, I believe.
Yeah, but he gets to make the decision about if the appeal is basically they can have the appeal or not. He can have the other case. So, which he should not be the judge for that one because of what happened and because of the statement he made after the case was over. I mean, you should have waited till the appeal was over before you come out there and start thanking people for putting this criminal away. Basically, you're like, dude, how you gonna say something like that and then give him a fair shot at the second chance? We know already said he was a criminal and he got what he deserved by going to prison. But yeah, sorry about it, DJ. That's all I had to say.
No. No. I mean, that's I appreciate you giving me your feelings. Like, okay, it's not 2 a.m, so I'm doing okay still. Okay, how about I say what I said? Any thoughts on your mind?
Yeah, if Candace listen, girl, be careful.
Yeah. Really?
Keep your head up, dog. That's all I got to
mean,
say. Yeah, and keep we're enjoying the knowledge. I appreciate her doing the investigation because maybe we will get some answers. And I see that I've missed a lot, so I'm gonna have to catch up on the news because I haven't really been familiar with all of the stories, but it's not gonna take long because just like Why Seeking Knowledge said a while ago, the news cycle changed so much. So whatever I missed, I can just pick up on a new story or what have you because you didn't even say anything about Trump's new wig, DJ. Now I did see that he got a new wig. That the internet is internet going crazy about, huh?
Yeah, I heard some about it. About one day his hair looked, Now, if he's got a wig, I don't want to hear nothing out of the red pill about
But Trump
women
too, he
wearing
got
wigs.
a new wig and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting to see where Mitch McConnell is at because
Yeah, that is the weirdest thing.
We'll talk about that next time. We ain't gonna bring up a whole nother subject, but but Mitch McConnell is still
Where Mitch
MIA.
at? Well, I'll call the live stream. Where Mitch at?
There you go. Where Mitch?
Don't forget to add on the next one. I know you heard about what happened with Roland Martin, and I can't even get mad. And you know what, man? Listen, I'm not into some of the stuff that he was supposed, I guess, doing, but private consenting adults, whatever. But I understand when it get exposed, people gonna talk about
What did he do? What did he do? You got caught up?
Yeah. What do you do? I honestly haven't read. I read like a video title, but I was too tired that day to even look into it.
That's okay. I'm gonna put him on the parking lot also.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna look into it.
Let's just say he was having a private party with a young lady, and he was wearing leopard print underwear, and it was on video, and it's real. I didn't see the video. I don't know if it's released, but it's been confirmed by all the agencies who put it out there. Oh yeah, it's real.
That ain't nothing. I thought he did something.
Exactly. That's what I was like. Now, because it's out there, I guess it's a little chick he been messing with on the side, and he pay her or whatever. She's some kind of like escort or something. I'm like, dude,
is that it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude. But I understand, like, when something like that happens, it becomes a thing, man. Listen, I don't care what nobody. I feel the same way about like what happened with Bill Clinton and JFK in the White House. I'm like, man, as long as y'all running the country right, man.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah, like
I tell him what though, Roland, you better listen to Johnny Taylor. It's cheaper to keep her. So you better try to stay married, buddy. You better go buy whatever you gotta buy to stay in that marriage.
Yeah.
Dang. So it looks like we got our show. We got the next show all lined up.
Yes, we do. With some piping hot tea.
Yeah, that's something. I'm gonna put together a thumbnail with the teacup on it and everything.
With a teacup. with Trump and his new wig drinking out of tea.
Wigs and we'll call it wigs and tea.
Wigs and tea. Wigs and tea time.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for coming through. I'm going to go ahead and start the music. Then after this, I'll probably grab a little late night snack, watch a little movie. I don't know what I'm going to watch something, and make the thumbnail to late night tea. Anyway, here we go.
Love goes around. DJ Torch. And friends.
All right. Shout out.
It's about to go down, baby. Yeah. Round and around and around. Yeah. When love
On the stage, we had Beyonce, I Said What I Said, and Tevin. In the chat, Why Is Seeking Knowledge. We also had TLT.
Pull up a chair, the family's here. Voices are warm, the vibe is clear.
Who else do we have?
TT.
And friends, it's
In the mix. We have the one, the only Ghost.
laughter and truth, a gentle sound. Hearts open wide when the love goes round.
Remember, coming up soon on our programming, Wigs and Tea, The Exoticals, another episode of Plantation Bucks. So much, everyone. This is DJ George. Shout out to the day ones. Shout out to the replay gang. Ladies and gentlemen, catch you on the next one.